also sent a tweet. We have all sent a tweet.
I just wish that there was almost any other word in the universe other than that one.
There are worse words.
Dude is worse. Okay. So
Okay. It looks like we're already live.
We're live.
That was
Okay,
fast.
cool.
That was like weirdly
Read
fast.
this. What's read this say? Oh,
Those are not the controls.
Those aren't the controls?
I have remapped the controls to something you will be more familiar with.
Aww.
We should probably
This
give
is gonna be an
people
authentic
a
experience,
moment
though.
to actually join us, given we're late.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, are people on the chat? Can you see us? Can you hear us?
Please express yourself in the form of chat so that we know.
Can you see me, feel me, touch me, heal me?
Please don't express those chats in the form of a Who song.
You're not going to take it, is what you're saying?
Not anymore.
What happens if I click here?
I think we'll
Hello,
go back into
people.
the
Are
game.
we actually in?
Oh, we're totally not in the
We're
God
not in
damn
the
it.
chat.
I'm a fool.
Please express yourself again. We weren't in the chat. Christina's a fool.
It's true. I'm a foolish fool who does foolish things.
So we're playing Doom this time because it's basically a really good comparison to what else was happening in the 3D space.
And it is very conspicuous that we are not playing Wolfenstein 3D, which was contemporary to Ultima Underworld.
Yeah, it came out like a few months after. I think
Yeah.
3 months apart.
And then Doom came a year after that, and there's a reason why we're playing Doom and not Wolf.
And it's really like the difference between Ultima Underworld and Wolfenstein is largely a matter of like different priorities, different teams. But like the distance from Wolf to Doom, like technically, is just like so much progress was made in 1 year. Hey, so before we go on, can someone on the stream tell me I'm waving my arm? Is my arm smoothly moving back and forth just to make sure we're not dropping frames before we start playing? And everyone goes, hey, the game's all messed up.
I was just gonna say
My arm is smooth. Crazy thing.
We are definitely not going to be finishing Pathways into Darkness.
Yeah.
No.
It was
That was
not fun.
Pathways into Darkness was pretty repetitive. We are going to continue playing Ultima Underworld. Okay, well,
And we're
we'll
going to
finish
play
it,
Doom,
but we're
which is a
definitely gonna
good
play
shooter.
we're going to play Doom first and then Ultima Underworld. So, shall I keep going?
Yeah, let's get started.
Yeah.
New game. Knee Deep in the Dead.
Yep.
How rough should I ask for it?
I think Hurt Me Plenty should be good.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I have trouble, I'll just pass it off to you.
I love the nightmare text being in.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, no, that's...
I'm now wondering, because this has now become an obsession because of work, whether they localized that text.
Nice.
Because all of these being like custom fonts.
Okay, I need a. Okay, so here we go, playing
That's pretty
Metallica. Hey, I'm going back. Nice.
Yeah, don't move that way.
Oh, but it's kind of fun. All right. So I am, I guess, supposed to be. I came through that door, I guess.
Yep.
I think the one thing that is immediately obvious between this and Underworld is how fast everything is.
Yeah.
It's so
Both
fast.
frame rate and like movement speed.
This is really smooth.
I mean, the movement speed is definitely something that's very conspicuous compared to modern shooters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Like, Doom Guy just fucking bolts.
Got an armor bonus. So I actually basically never played this game as a kid. I don't have any. Like the first time something's wrong, I never played this game as a kid. I thought I was too good for this game. Like those games with those violence that, and it definitely wasn't just that I was bitter that they didn't work on my Macintosh.
Oh, there's a switch there.
Yeah, so I've mapped use to E because that's...
Makes some sense. What did that do?
Actually, no, what that one does. I don't remember.
I feel like these things are pulsing now, but they weren't pulsing before.
They were pulsing. I was scrolling textures.
Ah, yeah.
Look at
Check out that sweet skybox.
showing off the windows. Yeah, actually, I really like these skyboxes. Check out the like the windows. You couldn't do that in the Wolf engine.
And Underworld never tries to
or
do
the
that.
floors.
Can I shoot these barrels?
Yep.
Yeah.
Does something happen?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that will damage enemies.
Okay.
Underworld never tries to do any sort of outside environments.
Yeah. Well, Underworld has like.
So you can use this door to open it.
Okay. We were talking. Oh no. How do I know I'm supposed to shoot these guys? I guess they're shooting at me.
This isn't that type of game.
This isn't.
I believe which magazine was it? Was it PC Gamer? If only you could be friends with the monsters.
Yeah.
If only you could talk to the monsters.
Talk to the monsters.
So this
That's
is
what
not.
Ultima Underworld is for.
This is not an Undertale.
No.
Okay, you should be picking up all these things lying on the ground.
There aren't things on. Oh wow. Okay.
Yep, there totally
That's
is.
nearly
The important
same
thing in
color.
this game is to imagine yourself wearing hundreds of helmets.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
And very rapidly drinking these vials of blue
Yep.
fluid. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this
So
is
there's no vertical aiming, just
Yeah.
so long as you're on
Yeah.
the same,
scan lines.
you can shoot that guy.
Wait, not scan lines. Hit
No.
scan. That's
Which,
the word.
as far as we can tell, Underworld actually does have up and down. So you want to
Yeah.
back up. Notice that if you turn and look down that hallway that you were just looking down,
Yeah.
notice the one bit that
Ooh.
looks weird. So, yeah.
A secret is revealed. Bullets. Sorry. Oh, and this is the little courtyard.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna say at the start there you see the courtyard, which is a good like hint
Yeah.
of like there are secrets in this game. Is this gonna damage me?
It will, but
It's worth
the
it.
mega
for
armor is worth it.
Okay, I've got the mega armor. Yeah, that's a good. I like the skybox.
Oh, sorry, it was Edge magazine. That said, if only you could talk to these creatures, then perhaps you could try to make friends with them, form alliances. Now that would be interesting. So,
This is it?
a really useful... Yeah, you just always want to pick up all this shit because you will need
Yeah.
it. One of these things is that most of the enemy attacks will be like those slow fireballs.
Yeah, so you can dodge
And-
those.
Yeah. And you can sidestep them because you can move so goddamn fast.
Ah, here we go.
And then you use this switch to exit.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get a sense of like what kind of.
And you'll
like,
also note that every end of the level will give you a par time.
30 seconds. I think I overshot that by a little bit.
You are here.
It's good. But it's something I've been wondering is like how much of a sense of like what's happening and why did people no.
There's somewhere in it has a very brief, like, paragraph of text explaining
Yeah.
what the story is. And it's basically space station in portal to hell. Now you're fighting.
Oh, huh. It was okay, that was nice.
Yeah, they're not necessarily friends.
Okay, that's probably an elevator.
Elevators will often take you
How
useful
can I get
places,
Aha, here we
but
go.
also, yeah, you're not paused while that's up, by the way.
Good to know.
Also, you should be a
This game's
little
so
bit
violent.
careful around elevators because they can kill you.
Nice.
It's a little bit rough.
So I'm really captivated by like the rendering tech in this game. Oh, I got a red key card. I think I got a cold. It's kind of like howling a little bit.
Whoa.
Oh, hey, you can read these TCI COM. Interesting.
I really love all these textures. Like,
No, it's very.
like just in terms of the texture they
Things,
provide
like, so
is
dirty.
really
Yeah, no, there's a lot of...
Or like
Oh my
that,
god,
just
there's
that
little blood
bezeling on
splatters
it.
on the doors. Yeah, bend back this way. We're
No,
having
you
that
want to go into the middle of that.
in the middle of here.
Yeah.
Okay. Aha, and that's Okay, there was an interesting.
Well,
there was
elevators are things worth going up.
There was an elevator over here, so I'm gonna try that one
You
first.
also want to check that one out. Yeah.
Okay. Was this it?
No, that's the red door. So that's
Okay.
taking you
That.
further.
This is
Right
the way I
now
want to
you
go.
want
'Cause
to.
this feels like the thing most likely to be a secret.
So secrets are always just hidden doors, but
Okay. Was that a secret?
no. So that's just a normal thing you're expected to find.
Okay. So here's this thing.
It'll just go up automatically.
Got it. I got the
There you go.
shotgun!
And
Doom guy seems really happy about the shotgun.
Doom guy's excited.
So this is the red door. Ah! Is the shotgun more powerful than the last thing I was using?
Substantially.
Okay. So I want to stick with this one. Ah! At least until I run out of ammo.
The sound design is so good in this game.
Yeah.
Like, the weapon feel is so much at this point in this like level of sort of primitive.
Did I do something?
I did something.
So much of it comes from just how good things sound.
You've already been through there.
Okay. I don't think I've been this way. Oh no! Oh wow, that was pretty good. Oh, the shotgun is like buckshot. It's actually like.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, now they
That
start
was the
labeling
thing
the
that
poison.
they.
Why would you design a room like this, right? Like, how would this even come up? Was there like a spill, and they're like, let's just put up some signs instead of like getting a sump pump? Whoa, whoa. Okay. I don't. They're demonstrating the lighting capabilities of the engine, and I don't like it. Okay. Is this a thing? What happened? Okay. This is so dark and scary, and there's monsters in here and stuff.
I love that, like, the just circle of light in all of the darkness.
Yeah.
It's interesting, this is something we noticed just before the stream. One thing that's really different in the lighting between this and Underworld, where Underworld sort of has a slightly more sophisticated approach to lighting, is Underworld has gradients to its lighting
Yeah.
that they do with dithers.
I have a thought about that, which is, before I say it, do you think there's any other... Are there any... Oh, that's moving. Are there any other, is there anything else in this?
You're fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is the third level that I was thinking of.
Okay.
Yeah. There's just one secret weapon that you absolutely can't miss.
Okay. I think we discussed this one.
Yeah, I think that part of it comes out of the difference in what they're trying to do. Underworld is trying to do a permanently unlit environment with really organic types of lighting, like fires, torches.
Yeah.
Whereas
And
this
such.
wants to make you feel uncomfortable about darkness.
I really, really like how, like, all of this era of id games, they always feel it's very important you can see the door you came through when you entered.
Yep.
So another thing is that, like, Underworld is using, no! I'm always so freaked out when I see enemies. Underworld is using the darkness to like, create, like, a draw distance. Whereas this has no draw distance at all.
Or infinite draw distance.
Yeah, and, like, that's actually, like, you can tell that Underworld would actually be having trouble if they didn't have the draw distance a little bit.
Yeah, like, this is really impressive.
I do
really
wonder,
good.
though, if that lighting engine also caused slowdown.
Oh, it very probably did. But they were also, like, willing to accept because you move slower, they were willing to accept a slower...
Yeah, no, like, I think when we're making all of these comparisons, I think the thing to point out is that both games were making the right technical choices for their games.
Yeah, freaky. So,
Love it.
so the way that the tech works in this game is really interesting. They're doing this thing where, like, for each, like, vertical pixel, they like, oh, this guy does not want to wait around for my explanation of ray scanning, or whatever it's called. What's this? Ah!
Oh!
Okay, can I just... Ah!
Just shoot.
Party
Just...
room.
Okay, so there was a little bit of height when it comes to hitting... If there's no enemy to hit.
Yeah, that was a little bit surprising. Like, I can shoot over this.
I'm also
but I
not
missed
sure
it.
if that's in the original or if that's in this this modern Doom engine.
Am I wasting ammo here? Where'd he go? Maybe I can just go back. There must be a way in there.
Yeah, down there.
That's okay. So I don't.
I've
got over 100 armor, so I just want to come back to that if I run low on armor. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Was that something happened?
Let's go turn back.
This way?
What did that open?
I'm not super into this. Something changed. Go find it. Idiom. Is this new?
Yeah, it is.
There you go.
I just want to say, oh my god, look at like the differentiability problem on those walls. Maybe shading is for a reason. I feel like I ought to be doing something with these barrels.
You can always use them because they have splash damage.
Whoa, is that the first time we've seen one of these?
Yeah.
Yep. So, I
Wow,
don't
these enemies
remember
just-
where the secret is for this.
Yellow key cards? Stim pack. What's a stim pack?
I think it's just health.
Okay. Shotgun. Can I go this way?
So you're gonna want to be...
Okay, so I want a blue key card. And I want to get into that weird room with the people in it.
Yeah, I think you want to still do stuff in the area you were in. Go put the map back up.
Can I like move on the map?
Yes, if you press F, you can turn on follow.
Okay.
Oh,
No?
that does the opposite of what we want.
I believe it's the arrow keys. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back a little bit. Ah!
Or we go through the blue door.
I have never, like literally never gotten the hang of navigating in 3D games. Like ever. I like still want to play only 2D games because I'm always like losing track of where I am and what I'm trying to do.
How do we get into there? I can't remember.
Is this how you play these games? You just walk around the walls pressing E all the time?
As a child, yes, I definitely did this to everything in the shareware version.
Okay, so it seems like we can get the like super orb thing, but I can't find the way to do it. And I'm also not even sure what happened to that weird little closet full of enemies.
It was over there.
It's over here. You can't get in.
But there's a doorway just past that.
Oh, well, did I go? Oh, but. Oh, huh, okay. I haven't gone this way. Yeah, it's really interesting, like how few pixels there are on every single one of these enemies, but they stay so readable.
So be real careful around this acid.
Okay.
There's a use button to open doors. Shooting will not have any effect, and it will waste your ammo.
Ah! So, do I ever need it? What just happened? Ah! Ah! This game is too scary!
Extremely about the monster closets.
Yeah.
How do I play video games? Did I get them? I like that you picked up a med kit that you really need. I think it helps that the people who made this game were really into playing this game. Is that... What's this? No?
It's a light.
So like, it's not working very well. Okay, was that what I wanted in that room?
I think so.
Okay. Oh, I have a blue key card now. When did that happen? In here?
Possibly.
Okay. I think that's what I was looking for, but I still never found...
Oh!
That's
there's a secret
suspicious. Okay. I'm being careful around the acid, but... Nice. But I still can't get up there.
I don't think you can get there. I think that's...
Okay.
Sometimes they just put one of those demons up in a little, like, nook.
Okay, so my understanding of how this game's design works is that you can... I never did kill that guy.
Have a look at the map here.
Yeah.
Okay. Back over
I
here.
wonder if there's anything we've missed.
We definitely missed the chainsaw.
Hey, what's this down here? Is the chainsaw in this area?
It is in a secret.
Okay, so I can't get in there. Okay, but is it like on this half of the map is what I
I
mean?
thought it was on the other half of the map. 'Cause I thought you saw, like, you could see where it was before you could get it.
Oh, there's definitely an area I can see. I'm gonna keep exploring.
You can't see the chainsaw before you get it.
Okay, I'm thinking of a different chainsaw secret then. It has been a long time.
The walking Bob is just so intense in this toxin refinery. It's just such a good name for a level.
Have we gone through the blue wall? The blue door yet?
We just have.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've also definitely missed stuff about last time.
There's only one that's like super important to get.
I'm just like so not paying any attention at all to getting hurt. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh wait, now they can come get me. This sucks. Alright, so does distance matter at all on these?
No.
It does for the shotgun because it spreads out, right?
Ah,
And
that's
I
a
feel
good
like
question. So don't leave the level yet.
No, not yet.
Okay, pull up the map.
Let's see. I'm exploring.
Pull up the map.
Yeah.
So you want to be here.
Okay. Well, that's... I probably could have figured that out on my own. Go left. See, like, this is just like... How am I supposed to remember which direction I have or haven't gone here? I don't know.
they both go to the same spot.
Oh. I'm just gonna play like this the whole game. Because I don't like 3D games. Or games with like violence and guns and stuff. No. Okay, yeah. You could really kind of see on the map.
Yeah, no,
what
it was,
there.
and it was also conspicuous in the texture.
Yeah. What's this?
We're
Yeah,
back.
it's the way back. Oh, there's...
Spiral staircase.
Yeah, sure. I'm over health. That's good. Chainsaw! Yay! Oh god.
Oh,
I
this is
think...
a totally different spot to get the chainsaw that I was
Yep,
thinking of.
you can also get into the level previous. I've never gotten it here, actually.
Yeah, no, neither have I. I always got it in the other one.
And the other one, like, it actually sort of teaches you how to use it.
Nice! Okay, so once...
So you do want to have the shotgun, though. The chainsaw is...
Chainsaw's number? Whoa! Whoa! What did I do?
That's what you do if you're playing on an old computer.
And,
Alright.
yeah.
Yeah, this is... Okay, this is like... Macintosh LC2 graphics quality. This is what I'm
Baby, put
expecting.
it back.
Okay. Oh, nice!
Put...
It's immersive! And then like that, when you get hurt, there's just
Now
like
it's very immersive.
something creeping around the
Put
edges.
it back.
Okay. Partial invisibility, is that useful? Supercharge! Okay, wait. So now I want to just go to the next level, right? Like really quickly. Whee! Because I'm invisible, but everything in the level is dead. Will I carry that with me into the next level?
Nope.
No, that's too
So
bad.
it's definitely... It's a slightly weird bit of pacing to put that late.
Yeah. I mean, it's... Okay, so most of my experience with this, because again, I was a Mac user as a kid and I couldn't play a game like this, was
We
like
found 14% of the secrets.
amazing.
There's a lot of hidden doors.
I like the little explosions. Okay.
Yeah, but the ones
I
that
feel
hide
like something
weapons are
terrible is going
important.
to happen when I open this door. Oh, that was anticlimactic.
Yeah, distance
I don't
does
know if I
not
describe
matter that
myself
much.
as knee deep in the dead. Maybe like small numbers of dead around my ankle. Oh, that was great.
Yeah.
It's not like wasted deep, it's just...
This isn't even knee deep though. This is barely ankle deep.
Well, I mean, to be fair, the dead are kind of walking around right now, so, like...
That's above my knees. It's like,
Doom Guy might be very short.
hey, remember how we were talking about the, this is fine. Remember how we were talking about this mouse being low on batteries?
Yeah.
Guess what just happened?
Oh, did you just run out?
This is so much more. This is so much more authentic to my experience right here.
It is, but it's also worse. Can we get Smith plugged in?
Yeah, for now we'll have to unplug chat.
I got the mega armor.
Should be okay.
Ah!
Oh, maybe.
It charges pretty quickly.
Okay, actually this is a little bit harder to move around than the mouse version was.
Yeah. This is the game where people like, not id, just random players started to figure out mouse look.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I originally played, not this because I didn't play this, but I played Quake only with the keyboard, and it turns out it was pretty fucking hard, honestly.
I think even like Quake, I'm not sure if it shipped with WASD controls.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Definitely, there was an expectation that like players would not be using, like there'd be many players not using.
Oh wait, I'm past.
I didn't completely switch over until like partway into playing Jedi Knight 2. Like it was definitely this like slow period where people played all sorts of different weird ways.
It's Freeman's excursion suit. Radiation shielding? What does that do?
You can go on the green stuff, I believe.
Oh,
yeah.
well, shit.
Oh, nice.
Green
Minigun.
Stuff. Is there going to be green stuff through here?
Unfortunately, I believe you use these map is a problem.
That was probably what they wanted you to do. I bet.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I wish the screen wasn't tinted green. Oh,
So,
nice!
I might not use this weapon right now.
Was that what we meant to happen?
I think you want to be on it.
Can I undo it? This sucks.
Go back the way you came, I guess.
How long is the radiation shielding gonna last?
I would definitely not have the rocket launcher out in this situation.
Okay. This is better,
That's
right?
fine.
That's also. So that's how long the radiation suit lasts.
Okay, so I haven't been this way yet. The remainder of the stream will.
I
have
would
this
very
noise
strongly
all the time.
recommend having the shotgun out right now.
Oh, fine. Okay, so what's down here?
Nothing good while you don't have a radiation suit.
Also, I think there's nothing good here.
Man, we're in like a corporate base being invaded by hell. There's just not gonna be anything good, period.
I mean, the episode isn't called Knee Deep in Fun.
Well, maybe it should have been. Ah, God! Concern it!
That definitely looks like it may have used to have been a swastika at one point.
Maybe. I know there's just a bunch of swastikas, like, in the Wolfenstein 3D level design that are only visible from above.
Yeah.
Man!
Well, there's like one specific map that is just entirely made of them.
I really like. Okay, you can't go over this. I really like just how readable these things are. Like I can tell that's the exit, even like that's like what 10 pixels by 4
Yeah.
pixels.
So with Quake, it didn't use mouse look by default, but it was one of the things that players could do was add it to your configuration file.
Yeah.
Oh, apparently that was a swastika in an older version.
That's
I had
weird.
like
That's kind of weird.
It's a bit weird.
I had a vague memory of that.
Oh, hey,
Like they
I like
make
this
sense
a
in
lot.
Wolf, but
They're like, you need a yellow key card. Where's the yellow key card? Oh, it's over there. This is actually sort of kind of smart level design in a game that I thought was just about shooting zombies.
No, like one of the things I'm sort of looking forward to looking at this is I feel like both this and Underworld are actually two models of level design that have become less popular. But I think it's actually like been a mistake that they've sort of become fallen out of use, and it's kind of Half-Life's fault, which is that most modern 3D games now have basically like, what would you call it?
pull
like
the chainsaw.
Oh,
You told me to pull up the. How do I pull up the chainsaw?
One.
Okay.
Well, you'd already hurt him, but
yeah, they're
the
fun to
chainsaw
solve,
is
too.
good against that enemy because it'll stun it.
I see.
And just like this wonderful game feel.
Oh, it's so good. It's just real
Where did these
satisfying.
come from? It came through here before, didn't it?
I have no
I'm glad I have a rocket launcher. I don't know what to do with it, but I'm glad I have it. Why is that one purple? Is it a secret? See, this is the problem I had back if I tried to play this game as a kid, and I still have it, is like, which way have I already been? Like, the only way I can tell if I've been in a room before is are there still living monsters in it, but then if I walk into a room and not out again, I can't remember. I like...
So you do have a blue key.
The other thing is that it is not... The levels are non-linear. You're going to be going back and forth through them. See, modern games tend to be like both have sort of a realistic, an attempt at like feeling realistic and looking realistic, but are often almost like amusement rides where it's like a linear tunnel with basically facades.
And often built around like big, like memorable spectacles or like set pieces.
Yeah.
Is a very common.
Oh, this is the one where you run down all of the stairs while someone's shooting at you.
And I mean, like, often they genuinely are, like, interesting and memorable, but it is also, like, very... You're not necessarily thinking about exploring spaces.
Or you're exploring
This
very
isn't
small
paused.
spaces.
This isn't paused, Andy.
I know, but I couldn't figure out how to get out. I got burned by an imp. I actually bet I could have taken him if I could have figured out how to get out of the map screen. What happens now?
You load the autosave.
What's that?
Hit escape. Load game.
And it'll just be the beginning of the
That sucks.
map.
Wait, did we last autosave in E1 M2?
Oh.
That's... Hang on.
That's weird.
Hold up again. No. It's bottom is most recent.
Okay. Well, now I've learned something, which is that the, If you want to take that as an excuse to trade off, we could do that, but I've learned something, which is that you get out of the map screen using the tab key.
Yes, you pull it up using tab. Using tab.
See, that's become sort of the standard for 3D games, and it definitely has its purpose. It's like you can do these amazing spectacle set pieces. The player's always seeing something new. They're not going to get lost.
Right. It's definitely a very specific sort of pacing. Like, I do feel like, as much as I love Doom, it does sometimes have a problem of you are, like, supposed to be in something that feels like very intense action, you know, beleaguered by demons, and you end up sort of spending a lot of time like, okay, where's the red key?
Yeah.
Which
Walking
is
around these
not
empty
necessarily
rooms.
the pacing that, like, they wanted to go for. So that, as a solution, is one way of getting around it.
I think so the positive about like the Doom levels is that they aren't really about realistic spaces. They're about like interesting looking architecture and interesting feeling architecture to run around. And like gameplay stuff, like that thing where Andy looked around and there was the key card visible.
Yeah.
There's sort of a mix of functional and like pure, like geometric aesthetics.
And these are kind of like you're looking at spaces and trying to figure out what does this space actually mean? What's actually happening here?
But not in terms of an actual real functional thing. Like none of these spaces feel like real spaces.
They
Yeah,
don't
you're
feel like
also-
real spaces, but they do feel like evocative spaces.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're like, oh, this is what's a toxin processing facility? Well, clearly it's this. I don't like that. Ah, no. I don't
This was better when you had the suit.
The same sort of beauty as like a lot of like brutalist architecture.
Yeah.
Like interesting angles, interesting.
You really don't want to have that
Shapes.
rocket launcher out normally.
Ah. Okay, so stand here. E. How do I stand on this while using the switch?
You move really quickly.
Yeah, I think you just run.
Okay, I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
Cool. Now I get a blue orb. I get a blue orb.
Blorb.
Blorb. What did that
You're
do?
supercharged.
I'm supercharged. Man and a half, baby. Ah!
Oh no.
I'm so bad at this! I was supercharged.
Well, you still are.
Ugh. I'm 50% supercharged.
Yeah, I feel like this sort of like non-linear kind of abstract map is just something that you do not see a ton of.
No.
Now.
I'm still gonna wait to pick that up until we know exactly where we're going with it. Oh, that's not where I want to be.
And then Underworld is like non-linear in a totally different way.
Yeah.
Like there is no critical path. This has a critical path usually.
Yeah.
Like, there's a fastest route through that sort of has a flow to it that's expected that every player is going to go through.
And it does want you to be thinking about that. Like, the inclusion of par times really tells you something.
Yeah. Whereas Underworld, it could be like, oh, you stumbled on this like hours later than someone else did. They went and hunted down the key for this bit. You just bashed down the door and wandered in.
You could have also shot that barrel.
That's interesting.
And Underworld's really trying to make spaces that feel real and lived in.
Yeah, like it's like almost like Half-Life. I think Infinite is saying in the comments that like the spaces in Half-Life feel very real, but they're also like you said, they're facades. Where it's like Underworld was like interested in making believably lived-in spaces to the detriment of other things, including beds and toilets.
And like you see that with like the Looking Glass games going on from that. Like when we get to Thief, it often feels like here's like a single house fully realized.
Yeah.
Like a mansion, or like here's like this neighborhood.
Okay, so I'm gonna get the suit and then go wander around in here because I'm curious what that is. Hurt me.
And we don't really get that either. Like games that aren't designed around sort of a critical path and a flow through, that are more about like here is a space. It's like this large puzzle box for you to figure out.
When you do get that, it's like a big thing that everyone makes a big deal about, right? Like open world's not even the right word, because like
open world lacks the density is the thing.
Yeah, like Breath of the Wild kind of feels like that, but it's an enormous space, whereas Underworld is a very like compact space.
Breath of the Wild is also like the most Looking Glass game Nintendo has ever made.
There's a what?
There's a blue dot.
Yeah, I see it. Thanks.
But also, like, Breath of the Wild is extremely thinking about critical paths. It's just... like, there's just multiple of them.
Yeah.
But it's absolutely thinking about, like, what path is a player going to take. Because, specifically, it has a design philosophy of every time, like, they like, map out the paths and then put something in between you and that to distract you from it.
Yeah. No, it has... it's interesting because it's not a Disneyland ride, it's Disneyland itself.
Yeah.
So it borrows a lot of the level design stuff that Disneyland uses in terms of like luring you towards spaces with tall objects and using those sort of like navigation spots.
So this is a great place to have a chainsaw, precisely because it's tight corridors.
Yeah, they definitely designed sections of this for specific weapons. Be careful about hitting barrels with your chainsaw.
I was going to ask about that, actually. So one thing that I do think... Oh, wow, that like ate like half my life. I could totally see how, if I had blinded myself by bringing up a map I didn't know how to dismiss. Whoa! I got a bunch of things! Oh, hey! I've been on the other side of this little ravine thing! That's pretty cool. Okay, so...
So the stairs are just there so you can get out if you fall in.
Yeah, but they're also encouraging you to
There is, I think, a yellow door.
That's probably good for part-time. I just want to make sure I got everything over here. Because I didn't... Aha! I got a health bonus. See, it pays to explore. Let's see here.
And yeah, people are mentioning Arcane as the ones.
Oh, that's interesting. I bet that it draws out this map by every time that, like, the raycast hits a wall segment. It draws a pixel or something. That's not where I want to be. I want to go back over here because there was like a little cage I could get into. I want to get into that cage. Is it this way? It's this way. Yeah, this is where I want to go. What is this? It's very interesting. What just happened? Okay, so Well, that's up, but I haven't gone through the yellow door yet.
No, you have. That was the yellow door.
That was the yellow door? Oh. Oh, you're right. Okay. I'm done here.
It actually secretly loops around.
So one thing that I do really like about this kind of approach is that it's very like level oriented, right? Like each level has like a number of things. There's something kind of like very arcade-year-old style about that. Like, can you get all the secrets in each level? Can you get all the kills in each level? That sort of thing.
It's extremely an arcade game.
I haven't played this game. I've been exposed to this mostly through like vlogs and stuff. Like Liz Ryerson and JP LeBreton have each done like a bunch of analyses of like Doom and Quake and like the level design of them. Liz Ryerson has a really amazing kind of Let's Play series on.
I like that it introduces you to the invisible ones in like this incredibly brightly lit place where you can't possibly miss it.
The invisible thing blows my mind because there isn't an easy way to do alpha in this because it's an indexed color.
Yeah, they can do color math, but that's gonna. There's an invisible corpse.
So they're swapping between palettes.
Let's take a moment to appreciate that while the spaces are 3D, the objects are sprites, which means that if they only have one rotation, you just...
Dead body doesn't need a rotation. It's fine.
It's okay for the crouch to always be facing you. Anyway, Liz Ryerson has a video series on Wolf 3D I really suggest because it does a good job of explaining why this game is actually interesting, something that never occurred to me before. But most of how I experienced Doom...
It's a lot more interesting than playing it, frankly.
A while back, I found a Let's Play series by someone named Big Macintosh on YouTube, and I'm still a little confused by this, but I think what was happening was that he was either like sort of role-playing, doing a Doom how-to as Big Macintosh from My Little Pony, or else he just happened to be someone exactly like Big Macintosh in real life and was leaning into it, because he was like giving... Did I just get shot?
Yeah.
Okay, how do I get out of here? I think if I go left, I haven't explored this area completely. He was like giving these tutorials. No.
She got the shotgun shells though.
That's true. I guess I'm in this way because there's armor here.
And health.
I think I've been this way. Okay.
No, that's where it came from.
Where it came? That's where it started?
Yeah.
Yep, that's always the opening door.
Was there just armor behind me and I didn't notice it?
Nope, you were at full at the time. But then you got hurt.
Let's see. I'm hurting. Is this a good time for the chain gun? What is the chain gun good for?
Large spaces that are open.
I noticed when we first got the chainsaw, there was like a, oh, I'm hurting. Actually. And noticed when we first got the chain gun, they put a bunch of barrels in a row, basically as if they were trying to fabricate a situation where the chain gun would be really good.
There's, like, the chain gun is generally pretty useful. It's just, you don't necessarily want to waste your ammo.
Wow!
Like, it's pretty versatile.
Okay, maybe I should be quick saving more often.
I wouldn't really recommend.
Really? Do you want to try it? Because apparently this level is giving me trouble.
Sure, if you...
It seems like a pretty... Oh no, wait, this isn't a long level we ended... Okay, we just started this level, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
One thing you sort of want to be doing is like firing and then getting into cover in between shots.
Or just like dashing back and forth, like it's not really like a cover, like it's not necessarily a cover. Part of it is right now we are dealing with a lot of, wait, hang on. Do we not have a more recent, why didn't it auto-save? That's obnoxious.
Oh gosh. Alright, do we need to start saving after every level?
Auto-save really should have triggered, that's very weird.
Stop.
Okay, so we currently don't have the chain gun, so I need to...
Anyway, the Big Mac tutorials were great because he was just very, very nice and supportive and helpful all the time. And he was trying to show a walkthrough of how to play through the hardest of like the hardest difficulty level of Doom 2. He was like, alright, so through this door there's going to be a bunch of zombies, and they're going to try to kill us, but we'll just take them out with the chain gun.
I think
That'll
someone
be
in
nice.
chat identified, is it Big Mac Davis?
Yeah, that guy. He had a, I don't know. It was very calming to just leave this guy on at the, it's like, you know, cooking shows, you don't like cooking, but like this person's being very competent at cooking, so it's kind of relaxing to leave on the background. It's very relaxing to have, yeah, very relaxing to have like Big Mac Davis talking in a sonorous voice while he tries to murder zombies and stuff. But one thing that was really interesting was that like he was setting up like ways that like for each level, here's sort of like maybe not like a speed run way of doing it, but like a way of like here's an easy way to get through this level, right? Like there's like here's like the invisibility or like the super armor, and you leave the super armor or the invisibility until you need it, and then you clear out an area that would be hard without it. And a lot of these levels have like kind of good paths. Oh wow, I just missed that before. A lot of these levels just kind of have good paths like that, where like you go and you get this thing, and then there's like an entire section which is like laid out such that it's really convenient to get the thing, and then run through this other part and destroy everything. Someone asks if we tried using the rocket launcher. Christine keeps telling me not to use it.
We're in pretty tightly confined spaces and going up against enemies that are not actually like. These guys don't have a lot of health.
You should probably do this for fun, though.
I mean, we're gonna start encountering some things where it'll be pretty useful. Okay, so we're gonna find the acid corridor. Yeah, here we go.
A secret is revealed.
Someone in chat brings up reloading as a mechanic. Honestly, I feel like reloading is a really good mechanic. It's just like it really contextualizes like it forces you to be very deliberate. It does good things for pacing. I feel like one of the best like really frantic feelings is when you run out of ammo with like your really good gun and you're forced to pull out your pistol like frantically, like two to pull out the pistol. Then you run out of that and you're like frantically like all right, melee. Like it's just a really good bit of tension.
Yeah, I have not had even the slightest hint of running low on.
So that doesn't happen so much. Like definitely not in these in the early episodes of this, and eventually the Doom episodes become very focused on like difficulty and combat over basically everything else, and those are very much focused around like make sure your shots count.
I see. Although one thing that is kind of interesting is that like they each of these levels seems really carefully set up to give you enough ammo to complete the challenges within the level, but you can carry ammo from level to level.
Yeah, and also like you carry weapons from level to level, so like if you miss the chainsaw, there are some bits that become really hard.
But they give you 2 chances to get the chainsaw.
And like I think you have 4 chances to get the chainsaw. It's a lot. And there's also the BFG, which frankly I think kind of ruins some things because that aren't like clearly balanced around it. It's just too powerful.
I mean, I like the idea of the BFG just simply being too good. That's kind of neat.
It's
like it's legendary for a reason.
It definitely communicates that very well. No, ammo does carry over, and weapons carry over, which is part of why it's very different. That's a tough thing to balance around.
Yeah. Especially because I'm pretty sure that these levels are being designed sort of in isolation, and in a lot of cases by different people.
I quite assisted 2 people as designers, and I don't know if that meant level designers.
It is known who designed each level. I don't know if it's like in the file format or if it's just a thing that people know, but like I don't know if you that's a thing that comes up a lot in Liz and JP's discussions of this game, is that like the different design. You missed it. Yeah. The different designers that were working for it had like personal styles. Oh my goodness.
That wasn't worth switching.
That doesn't surprise me, because definitely like playing through it, like there are levels where you're like, oh, this is a like one that's really about key cards. This one's more linear. This one's all about monster closets.
Yeah.
The speed and this on a big TV are making me slightly nauseous.
A little bit.
Oh no.
But this also made me nauseous in 1994, so whatever.
It's that thing of like watching but not controlling a fast 3D game.
Yeah. Also, like you're on the ocean, right?
Okay,
It's bobbing up and
autosave
down.
there.
Okay, it says you autosaved. It was like so super nostalgic that the game's internal messages just mention your C drive. Infinite said Quake 1 had that problem. Didn't Quake 1 actually have a thing where by the time they were finished, they were designing a different game than when they started?
Oh, if you read some of the things they were thinking of doing for that game, it's like...
Yeah.
Basically, it was going to be something completely and utterly different, and then kind of became, okay, what do you do that is, like, in the spirit of Doom after Doom?
Yeah, how do we...
Like, they had a whole thing involving hammers and stuff that they were experimenting
It was
with.
supposed to be like an RPG or something, right? Like, it felt like... I felt like Carmack had this idea that eventually became Daidakana.
I mean, a lot of people doing stuff in the Doom engine were doing RPG-like things as well. Who was it that did Heretic and Hexen? Ravensoft, yeah. Like they were definitely on that bent. The Strife developers were also on that, which is kind of wild, but like I can sort of also see their angle. Like it's just like first person immersive thinking.
Yeah. No, Hexen is sort of like the weird lost connection between Underworld's design.
God, yeah.
Like, it is definitely much more on the Doom side of things. It's much more fantasy Doom, but there is, like, a lot more attempts at sort of immersive spaces that are...
And definitely, like, way more expansive level design, like, with its hub world and, like, very much about, like, exploration. Which is kind of surprising, since it also has, like, the whole thing about, like, having different character classes.
Also in multiplayer, you can turn people into pigs, and it's the best.
Oh really my god, that's incredible.
It's a really good attack.
Anyway, we might end up streaming that.
I think there's a way that we'll be able to stream multiplayer.
Multiplayer
I think we need a second. Oh god.
You could stream one on this computer and one on your computer.
I don't know if my little computer would manage actually streaming and Hexen at the same
Consider Hexen.
Consider my computer.
It appears the chat says that at some point in the last few minutes I mixed up the Carmack. I mixed up the Johns. Well, that sucks.
I like the bits where it's just like, you are now going to step into dangerous stuff.
Yeah. It's...
I
don't know. It's definitely
I like how this game is such a power fantasy, but when you're not doing well, the Doom guy really looks like he's not doing well.
Yeah, no, the face thing is great.
Part of the problem is when they start designing puzzles around stepping into that shit. It can be like, you can get yourself into an impossible situation, like you just don't actually have enough health to keep going. Okay.
I feel like the levels are short enough that you can make that risk.
That is true. There's one later on that I'm thinking of.
Like, but this one's great because it's really clear what you're going to have to do, and then there's the surprise of the two people coming down. Like, there's a lot of, and then there's a secret there.
Whoa.
I'm not even going to try for it.
That was pretty cool, actually.
There's a lot of, like, nice pacing elements in a sequence like that.
I wish I could remember where it changed something.
Okay, so something I want to note is like...
it was that door. Okay.
pit. One thing, somebody mentioned in the chat, and just going back to the level design thing, Arcane Studio definitely have sort of continued the torch of more non-linear but feel like real spaces.
Who are they?
They're the people who they made a game that was basically the closest to a Underworld 3.
Huh.
And they made more recently Prey and Dishonored.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say Prey's not very recent. Dishonored.
No, the new Prey.
The new Prey.
The one that's nothing to do with the old Prey.
See, I feel like this is really dramatic when like you're down to like 10% health, and suddenly this goes from like an annoying like blast everything game to like creep around corners, stealth, try not to die. Like that's like vaguely annoying, really. It's just like.
But here's a bit where like having flashing lights, if they'd been able to do more real-time light stuff, that would have been great.
Shooting just to see the explosions lighting things up at the other end of the room.
Yeah.
You did it!
Phew.
So we're at the Prey where you can
a
be a
med
banana.
kit that I really need.
Wait, was that a switch?
Yes. Just.
Jesus.
Okay, quote, Commander Keen advertised a side-scrolling RPG game called The Fight for Justice, featuring Quake. It was then intended to have combat inspired by Virtua Fighter before that idea was dropped. Then it was intended to have a character who used a hammer and enemies could be knocked back with physics in an Aztec style.
That's the bit I remember.
Then it was switched to a more medieval environment, and they just kind of gave up and made an FPS. So basically, the only thing that's constant during Quake's development was that the word Quake was in the title.
Fuck.
Oh.
Ugh.
Brutal.
Ugh.
Wait.
It told us it autosave.
Oh god, they're not listing them in the right order at all.
Oh.
So we
So
we
we probably actually did have.
We did not need to replay that level. Whoops.
Sorry, folks. Yeah, Dishonored is extremely like Thief's level design.
I'm a little curious about. I don't want to play Dishonored 2, I think.
You totally should. I haven't played it, but the first one was excellent.
Okay.
And it has the best thing about Half-Life 2, which is the art director.
Interesting.
Hard saves in this game are the worst idea because you can get yourself ammo screwed. Like, it's really dangerous to have saves that are not.
At the beginning of the
Yeah.
Something I found weird is that like there's games that you'd think would be spiritual successors to Looking Glass, like the BioShock games, which literally are just like System Shock but underwater in terms of their theming, and like, you know, same lead. And BioShock Infinite and such, and those games have become more and more the like
Half-Life 2.
Yeah, here is a roller coaster you're gonna go through that'll have a sequence of cool looking events and pretty like beautiful levels in terms of the visuals, but like fairly simple structures.
The original BioShock, I feel like when it was being pitched, had a lot of that going on. Like the thing where like the sort of the emergent situations with like the big daddies and like the fact that a lot of the interactions were like completely optional. See? It's
This
really
is where the
interesting,
chain
like,
gun's useful.
the thing about Wolf and Doom is that like they don't have the ability to like script fights, but they like carefully set up rooms.
Yeah,
like,
they just have careful level design.
yeah, they have really careful level design where like there's a switch here that will like open up 2 rooms full of enemies on either side.
You're definitely right. That was definitely a chain gun scenario.
A thing that I like remember from Liz's Wolf's articles is that there's like the AI in these games is unbelievably complicated, but
I'd that's interesting. It's like I would not have guessed that.
Guess what?
That the AI was complicated. Like some of them.
Oh no. Sorry. The AI is not very complicated.
Okay.
The AI in Doom is almost nothing.
Yeah.
The AI in Wolf was slightly more complicated, but they were still able to like. It was like little like. I don't know. There's kinds of like. If you look at like weird programming, there's like these kinds of like fakey programming languages that are based around like things like.
I'm gonna look at you for a bit.
Ants or like things based around like little cells that have little independent behaviors, or like an ant that moves around and follows its own thing. And you try to write real little programs by like putting things in the way of the ant for it to interact with. There's this level in Wolfenstein. I think I might have mentioned this to you, not on stream, but I'm going to tell the story again. Hi, bad idea. So there's a level in Wolf 3D that starts out. You're in a room, and there's like a doorway here, and there's a doorway here, or there's like a hallway in each way.
Yeah.
And in this hallway, to your right, there's like a Nazi guard, but he's facing away from you. And you're like, aha, I will shoot the Nazi guard who is facing away from me because I have snuck up on him. But if you do this before looking around, what you won't notice is that behind you are two doors. And behind the two doors are a series of extremely powerful Nazi characters that are just pacing back and forth. They can't see you and they can't hear you, so they're just minding their own business there. But if you shoot the sort of bait guard that is just standing right there looking away from you, you will alert via the sound all of the guards behind you that you're there. They will come in through the doors and swarm you, and you'll just be screwed. Which is really interesting. That like just by having like the level layouts in Wolf 3D are so simple, but just through like a couple of smart decisions, they were able to create this like very complicated scenario with no scripting as we would recognize it today at all.
Yeah, no, that's really cool. That's that type of stuff. And this, I think, enemies tend to just like they're always in a long state.
Yeah.
And they mostly vary them in terms of behaviors. Like this thing's dangerous close up, this one's dangerous far away. This requires some form of dodging.
And also like
which is good arcade design. Like that's what the goal is. So
I'm really interested by the thing where the enemies can fight each other.
They do more of that in Quake.
Oh.
From what I remember. I think there might be certain enemies that dislike each other. They totally do that in Thief.
Huh.
There's a bit where you basically bait these weird fire-breathing lizards into fight, which are really tough, into fighting with zombies, which are basically impossible to kill.
That's pretty cool.
And in the end, you just have zombies. Just getting a bit more air in here. Yeah, this is like surprisingly messing with my head.
So, like, are certain kinds of enemies more likely to fight each other than other kinds? Because, like,
oh fuck.
I noticed that, like, early on
That's the thing about the chain gun. It's very easy to run out of ammo. Because it shoots so many bullets. Like, it just shoots regular pistol bullets, and it shoots a lot of them. That's why it's powerful.
I do like how these scenes look when they get really full of, like, corpses. Like, it's great how the corpses never decay.
I think what causes them to fight is when one of them hits the other and doesn't kill them.
Oh, that's great.
So they basically get angry at each other.
But that also means okay, so something I noticed early on was that, like, the shotgunners kept getting into fights with each other, which I thought was really narratively appropriate because they're supposed to be, like, weird, possessed UAC soldiers. And so it's like, of course they're just gonna, like, fire at whatever. But the shotgunners have, like, spray bullets, right? So
they're more likely to not kill and to hit.
I'm not sure those guys actually have shotguns. I think they have, I think they're just doing a single,
okay.
But they are hit scan. It's gonna be a little bit difficult for the imps to
which
hit
is
each other.
why they're actually kind of like hit scan versus missile is honestly like a huge distinction in this because like well if it's a big slow fireball you can dodge it, whereas these the hit scan based ones are basically you just need to like bolt.
Yeah, you need to not be where they are aiming because it'll instantly hit you.
They are so proud of their dynamic lighting.
Yeah, this might be a little bit too difficult.
also am just like, this is...
Yeah, like the screen's bobbing up and down, and...
I'd totally be fine if I was playing myself, but like...
Yeah, or like on a smaller screen. This was not designed to be played on the site.
Yeah,
Y'all can't see this. We were playing on like this enormous 4K television.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Is that the same place that happened before?
Yeah, I need to be way more cautious there.
Okay.
It's on a 55-inch TV, and like the big monitors were like 24 inch. No, what were they like? 14? No, it was 15 inch. 15 inch was a big monitor. 14 inch was standard. So.
A couple years later, they started introducing the 17-inch monitors, and those were just enormous.
And
Someone hit the
heavy.
chat.
So heavy.
I was so excited about the 17-inch monitor because they could support a resolution of 800 by 600, and that was just like so strange to me that like pixels could be smaller.
Weird, I feel like I ran 800 by 600 on smaller monitors than that, because you could do that with CRT.
Well, what it turned out was that I just didn't have a Macintosh that was powerful enough to run 800 by 600 at all. Which is why I believed if I got a bigger monitor, I'd be able to do a higher resolution, but I really just needed more VRAM. Not having enough VRAM, you mean?
Yep. So I somehow lost my phone in between walking to the window and walking here.
Want me to call you?
Yeah, sure. Today on the stream.
I don't have your phone number. Sorry.
Send me a line message.
Oh, that makes sense.
But I'll also get that. So don't send it to
12
the
inch
chat.
in the Wolf Underworld era, if I remember right. I'm pretty sure 14 ones were at least available. Like, that's... I found it.
Hey, so I want to cut in and talk about how this engine does stuff. So, like, all of these are working on this thing where each vertical line of pixels has, it just scans forward, and it finds what that intersects, and then it draws whatever the data structure that describes the level says is there. In Wolfenstein, they only had, in Wolfenstein, the level editor was literally using ASCII art, I think, because everything was based on, like, these big squares.
This is full of curves.
This is full of, no curves, but it's full of,
Like
geometry.
angles.
Angles that, like, it's simulating a curve.
Yeah,
right?
but what's interesting is it's still, like, there's, like, a series of, like flat, two-dimensional polygons. And for each polygon, it knows some things about what's happening there. So it could be things like, but at each point, basically, like, each polygon just says, how tall is this? And then there can be, like, a floor, a ceiling, and then another floor and another ceiling, which is why you can have, like, windows, sort of. Or you can have, like, little turrets or whatever. But you can't have overlapping stuff. You can only have, like, each
a top, a bottom, and a middle.
Yeah, top, a bottom, and a middle. And then, so, like, you'll notice here that there's these, like, these things that lift you up. In another game engine, like in Quake or something, they could have a thing where you get up here and there's a little passage you take somewhere else. But that's not possible in this engine. Because in this engine, like, if you press tab right now, in this engine, like, there's those, you can see the two little squares that are like that are like those little, like, pillars that lift you up, but, like, you can't have any other floor. You can't have a floor on top of another floor. You can have, like, this cosmetic thing of, like, the ceiling has an ending, like you see over here, where there's, like, these little walls. That's, like, I don't know, that's just a really interesting way of, like, I don't feel like it's not an intuitive way of thinking about spaces, and it, like, seems like it should be really limiting, but, like, if you start trying to see, like, where the, like, the floor, the ceiling, the floor, the ceiling are, like, you can really, like...
They do a lot within those limitations.
They do really complicated things with it.
Which actually is Underworld sort of, like...
But you can also imagine, like, how cheap this is to render. Because, like, all you have to do for each vertical line is scan until you hit something. And then, is there, like, a window space? Okay, it's scanned once more. Is there a window space? Nope, now you're just done rendering. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was going to say, it's interesting, like, Underworld sort of had a slightly different solution to the under and over problem, which is that they had polygonal bridges that they could throw in.
They were doing
make bridges over spaces, but otherwise had very similar constraints.
Well, there was a point where we went to, like, the lowest art thing, and we could see a lot of the wall polygons. Okay, isn't this where you, like...
No.
Okay.
Up and down.
Maybe get out the chainsaw and hit that point.
No, it's
Someone's saying, oh god, please save. And maybe that is a good idea.
I'll save before that room.
I like the guy's, like, facial expression getting, like, progressively less miserable as you heal.
Yeah, they started that with Wolfenstein, and it's a great... There's been also, like, so many expressions. Like, they could have just done, like, a static
So, like,
thing, but he's, like, looking around and...
Wolfenstein does have this much more complicated representation of, like, walls, bridges, that sort of things. There are points where there's actually, like, actual polygonal objects, but that probably contributes to the fact that it ran at, like, 5 or 10 frames per second or whatever. Whereas this is...
Wait, did you say Wolfenstein or did you say Underworld?
I meant Underworld, I'm very sorry. I don't know what I said. Like, Underworld does have this much more complicated model for describing, like, actual 3D models of spaces and, like, stuff that it couldn't do until Quake. But, like... Again, that was because they were aiming for something different. They were designing a more complicated. They needed speed, and they.
Oh Jesus! No, do not like.
Woof.
I should have just hit the switch.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, I don't know. That room is a bit much.
Well, you know, I think you did select Hurt Me Plenty.
It's true. I did.
Central processing.
And now we are plenty hurt.
Okay, so actually, I had this ready on my computer before we started the stream because I thought it was really interesting. On the 20th, 22nd anniversary of Doom was pretty recent, like last month. And here we go. On the 20th anniversary of Doom, John Carmack tweeted he did that thing where you, like, wrote something on Notepad and then tweeted a screenshot.
Yeah.
Wow, and it wasn't an apology?
No.
Is that even legal?
It was him talking about what a great job he did on Doom. It was the opposite of an apology. It was bragging.
Brag all.
I'm just going to read this because it's pretty interesting. In many ways, Doom was almost a perfect game. With hindsight and 2 decades more skill building, I can think of better ways to implement almost everything. But even if I could time machine back and make all the changes, it wouldn't really have mattered. Doom hit a saturation level of success, and the legacy wouldn't be any different if it was 25% faster and had a few more features. The giant aliased pixels make it hard to look at from a modern perspective, but Doom felt solid in a way that few 3D games of the time did, largely due to perspective-correct, sub-pixel accurate texture mapping and a generally high level of robustness. And I 100%, like, when I read that, I'm like, he was thinking of Ultima Underworld when he wrote that. Like, maybe I'm projecting because we've been playing... No, he was thinking of Ultima Underworld when he wrote that line. Quote, moving to a fully textured and lit world with arbitrary 2D geometry let designers do meaningful things with the levels. Wolfenstein 3D could still be thought of as a maze game, but Doom had architecture, and there were hints of grandeur in some of the compositions. Sound effects were actually processed with attenuation and spatialization instead of just simply being played back, and many of them were iconic enough that people still recognize them decades later. The engine was built for user modification from the ground up, and the synergy of shareware distribution, public tool source release, and early online communities led to the original game being only a tiny fraction of the content created for it. Many careers in the gaming industry started with someone hacking on Doom. Blasting through the game in cooperative mode with a friend was a lot of fun, but competitive FPS deathmatch is one of the greatest legacies of the game. Seeing another player running across your screen, converging with the path of the rocket that you just launched, is something that still makes millions of gamers grin today. There was a lot of clever smoke and mirrors involved in making Doom look and feel as good as it did, and is a testament to the quality of the decisions that so many people thought it was doing more than it actually was. This remains the key lesson that still matters today. There are often trade-offs that can be made that give you a significant advantage in exchange for limitations that you can successfully cover up with good design. John Carmack. That last paragraph is a reference to one of John Carmack's favorite things about Doom, is that they heard from a lot of players who were attempting to play it like a stealth game. Like, they'd turn a corner and they'd see the pinkies walking back and forth, and then go, oh crud, it's gonna see me, and then it would they'd dart from column to column, trying to make sure that the pinkies didn't see them, even though the pinkies have no AI at all, and the only thing they've got is a proximity alert. So as long as you don't come within proximity of them, they can't see you. But John Carmack has spoken in public about how he's captivated by the fact that since it looks like the pinkies see you, right? They turn to you and they go, rah! So it tricks the player into imagining there's AI that isn't there. But that's as good as having actual AI, because the AI doesn't matter. It matters whether the player is avoiding the AI.
Yeah, there's a thing, I've been thinking about this actually with Underworld, but it's the same sort of thing where sometimes putting in features evokes a mental model that is more complex than the actual game is. And that can be a goal.
Yeah.
To make people not be clear on where the edges of your game is.
Yeah, Underworld has a lot of really small, weird... So we both me and Miguel...
The popcorn is the thing I was thinking of.
Oh gosh, yeah, the popcorn. Early on...
If you saw our first stream, you can make popcorn by putting torch and popcorn together. And
just a popcorn.
And this is before crafting games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the idea that would actually create popcorn suddenly makes you go, what else in the world works?
Yeah. We've been playing a game called, is it Undiscovered? Unexplored?
Unexplored.
We've been playing a game called Unexplored for the Switch, and that's got a similar thing where very early on, it is possible to make tea. And it's actually very complicated. You have to get an empty flask, fill it with water, heat the water on a stove, or you can find boiling water somewhere, and then put the tea bag in it. But that kind of tea, and actually all it does is heal 5 HP. But both that and the popcorn, they're hints that there's something much more complicated happening in the world than there actually is.
Yeah, in the case of Undiscovered, there are, I think, a lot of things to discover. In the case of Underworld, there's 3 or 4 things I think you can craft in the entire game.
Yeah.
But the fact that that's there makes you go oh, it's just a real simulated world.
So what's a really big deal is the the social interactions that aren't necessarily there. There was the goblin that you could choose to either be polite to or cuss out last week.
Yeah.
And I think we eventually figured out that even if you're unbelievably rude to him, he's just forgiven you by the next time you talk to him. But there's just enough complexity in the model of interaction that you could imagine it doing something you say something rude to this goblin, you're completely shut out of working with this entire faction for the rest of the game.
And you're really not sure.
You're not sure.
In some cases, from what I've read, it can be a sleep or 2 is all it takes to... But yeah, there was
there was one goblin faction where they let us talk to them once, and then after that they're you do not deserve more of our time.
Yeah.
Maybe that resets after sleep, but we didn't really. They didn't need to create this, except for 1 or 2 little things. They didn't really need to make a really, really elaborate model of interaction for us to start making conspiracy theories about how it worked.
Yeah, I know. So I think there was definitely something about that evoking a mental model that's more complex than the game actually can support. And if you can pull that off.
Yeah.
Supporting that model is also good.
Yeah.
But it isn't always necessary.
Well, but if you make it too complicated, then you can just confuse people.
You can also, you can end up with things there's certain types of levels of AI that result in the player going it psychically did this thing.
Yeah.
If you make a classic example of that is a game that has flanking. If you make your flanking system
fuck me! How long is this motherfucker following?
If you make a flanking system too good, it will appear as though you are just teleporting enemies behind the player.
Yeah.
I used to make a lot of extremely systemic games, and a thing that I realized was I would either have like very complicated systems that were making things happen, or I would have like sort of generative stuff where like things the player did would feed in really complicated ways into things like the audio or the visuals. And what I realized is that like you really don't have to make a system complicated before it just appears to be random. Like if the player can't, if you just start designing kinds of generative behavior without actually really carefully designing around the idea that the player should be able to draw a line between a thing they did and a thing that happened, you should, like, if you don't do that, then the player will just feel like it was just a random number generator, right? Like, they'll open a door, and there'll be a monster there, and they won't be able to tell that there's a reason why there's a monster there, right?
Yeah, I guess like what both those things point to sort of from different directions is the thing that's important is the player's mental model.
Yeah.
Not actually what the game is doing.
And I think this is often true in like in cases of like generated content as well, because like branching design, it's the same way. What really matters is like what the player thinks the branches are doing, rather than how much content there actually is. Because because you can have so much like handcrafted scripted content, but the player never sees the alternative or realizes that the alternative is there. It has no effect at all.
Yeah. That's why like modern choice games do that thing where like here are the stats of who did what, like how many people.
That is such a great technique. Like I feel like some of what Telltale does in that regard is like a little bit like
I have not played the
hitting me over the head, but it's not necessarily a bad thing.
So basically, when you finish that, or like the Life is Strange games and such, there'll be a little thing at the end that goes like, "Here's some of the big choices you made and the little choices you made." And these are like the percentage of players that did the same choice as you or did one of the other options. Sometimes you'll list all of the options. And that suddenly makes it like, oh, okay, I was actually making like meaningful choices.
And I think Christine did that in her porn game, but like all the choices were things like, did you grab the swimmer's butt or not?
No, I mean like a lot of them are broad strokes choices as well.
Okay.
It's very much like telling you what is possible. Where's the fucking exit?
So you're mentioning Kentucky Route Zero tells you that your choice is meaningless, but the dog has a new name, and that is better.
What I was going to say is that when I was having... I really kept, like, look at this, like, hanging ceiling thing. That's just based on where is the ceiling or not. What I was going to say is that, like, when I was doing... When I started to realize that like I had made these really complicated system-y games, but no one could tell the systems were even present, I started making like highly authored content where like a small number of things happened that were just programmed in, and like people seemed to actually a lot of the time get more out of that. Like neither was a good solution, but like it's almost like better to err on the side of scripting something that the player thinks is cool and then later feels betrayed when they realize it was scripted versus like...
You want to take the wheel?
I'm not sure. I actually just need to get like a glass of water. I'm having a lot of trouble.
I also need water.
We may have to
switch over.
Yeah, we may have to switch over simply from nausea.
This is a lot.
Okay.
I'd be curious to see another one of the areas, because like they do.
We are getting to the point where things get really interesting.
Do you want to throw stuff over to hell so we can see some very different?
Or just like, actually, I would love to just turn on idclick and start running to the exits.
I think that'll make me more sick.
Nice. Something a bunch of people have told me is that like you start off in this like tech base on Mars thing, and then they start introducing hell gradually, like textures that don't kind of quite make sense. Is that a thing?
Well, I mean, right now we are starting to see like these wooden outcroppings, like that are being built into the like base, right? Like,
I noticed like you start seeing
and they get like
handles
really
early on.
aggressive. Like it gets really aggressively weird.
Cool.
Like it really wants to convey a lot with texture.
Yeah.
God, I love these walls.
They're a lot. They're just really, really a lot. Also, like, those walls would not work as well with modern texture mapping. Because, like, they would just get, like, instead of like this kind of like glistening where it's like moving between two different pixels really quickly, they just be like faded into nothingness. Yeah, I'm car sick.
Okay, well let's pack it in.
Okay.
Finish this level and
I did not expect this to make me so nauseous, but like the big screen and not playing it myself.
Yeah, that might be.
Basically, I think what happens when you're not playing it yourself is your brain is going like, well, I'm not moving my head.
You're also
as soon as you're doing it, it's like your brain knows what to expect.
The motion in this game is so fast and so fluid.
It works really well from a gameplay perspective.
Yeah. No, this might just be
but
too big a screen to be playing.
It made me car sick at the time, and it's making me car sick now.
It is like one of the things I miss about like the direction shooters have gone is that you don't get sort of high speed.
Yeah. Can we just briefly see one of the hell levels?
I feel like Hell's levels itself are not what's super interesting.
But like,
well, let's
just see a different texture.
Yeah, let's just skip this level. Hold on, let me pull up. I've got the codes here.
It's no, but it's Deimos that I think is like the really interesting.
Which one's Deimos?
That'll be episode 2.
Oh. This is not good. I think my computer's decided I'm never going to use the keyboard.
Well, that's not great.
No, I don't like it. Actually, I have opinions about things VR games ought to be doing to make streaming easier. Oh, wow, that's amazing. If you search for Doom cheat codes on Google, it pulls up a little info box with them all in it without you even having to click anything. Are you like close to the end of the level, or?
No, not particularly.
Let's like skip somewhere else. I just want to see some of the other textures.
Okay.
Unless you think you want to play more of this next week.
Sure. We
I
can.
got a line message from Andy.
Oh.
Weird.
I'll save this for later.
It says book.
What? There's a level skip code.
Okay, we are going to skip to episode to
Okay.
To episode 2, and
Be Too Young to Die.
which is set on is it
Deimos.
I think it's Deimos.
This is definitely more.
And
hellish.
already we're starting to see some weird shit.
Yeah, the teleporters show up. Yeah, this is already like this looks. Some tech based, but everything's stone.
We haven't seen the loading screen yet, right? Like for the,
is that what the Howling Souls or whatever?
Yeah.
There's also like
Pools
more
of blood.
blood, more like new teleporters with
Shit made of stone, skulls.
Switches that are also skulls. Yeah, I'm kind of like. See, this feels like it's gone all. This feels like it's. So the first one felt like a tech base. This feels like a satanic temple that happens to be built on Mars, which since the Martian sky looks pretty weird, it might as well be hell. And then I guess what's hell look like? Is everything just like literally made of bone or something?
It's like brimstone.
Sure.
Everything is like all the landscape is red.
Right. Which is fun. This is definitely like what I think of when I think of Doom.
But
I wonder if the stone texture would make a good desktop pattern.
there's an environment.
Yeah, let me see that wall. Actually, hold on. Can I just I just want to like see the nice.
There we go.
Subtle.
Very subtle.
Ah, yes. When I think Doom, I think it's subtle.
Let's stretch out his walls.
Yeah, no, it's shit like that. The flesh wall is one of the like most horrifying things, and I feel like
Plasma.
wow.
So shoot this just so.
Plasma. We still have not shot the we don't have a rocket launcher, do we?
Nope, because we started in a different episode.
I like the candles
this
around
area,
all these
or
things.
I just kind of want to see the skybox. Can I take over for a minute?
Sure. I don't know if there's
A skybox.
yeah.
There's always a skybox. Well, I can see it through the ceiling. Yeah, also there's.
There we go.
Comes more and more heavy metal album.
We were talking early on about like before the stream started, we pulled up a video that was like demonstrating like what.
Okay, so if you look at the bottom of the screen here, that tower, they build it over time. In every different level and screen,
neat.
that tower gets bigger. Like right now, it's just a base.
That's really cool.
And as you approach it, it turns into this giant tower.
Now we're back to UAC boxes. Can I try?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I actually
the idea this is like the the warehouse.
Yeah. So let's see here.
I'm just gonna sit here and watch both of you because I am just getting sick.
ISPOPD. No clipping mode on.
Whoa.
Oh.
Whee. A secret is revealed. Imagine that. Okay.
This sucks.
Literally no skybox. I still want to see. There was like a really interesting skybox in that last level. You only got like a brief view of. So I'm gonna. IDC Lev 01. That'll take me to the start. No. IDC Lev 1. IDC Lev 01. Oh, it's not working. There's what's supposed to be like a level warp code.
Are you sure it's not like E2M?
Edclev. That might be it. It says XX for X is 01 to 19. Okay.
Are you sure they're actually?
No. What's the? How do I tell what level I'm on? EM-M2 or E2-M2. Well, maybe I'll try that.
Yeah, it's
I'm sorry, it's M2, E2-M2. No. Okay, never mind. Quit game?
yeah, sure.
Yeah, no, I'm
I'm
extremely nauseous.
Yeah, likewise.
Which is why I'm hiding off stream so I can get a bit of fresh air.
It's fair.
Let's switch over to
Underworld.
the much slower pace.
Okay, engine
And
function
also
stable,
has a-
IDC love to use map EM whatever on the console.
Okay, let me switch. Nope. Yes, no, that's right.
Yep.
And let me switch the game over here.
Oh wow, no, actually I am slightly dizzy.
Yeah, I'm really dizzy. I was not dizzy while I was playing, then I stood up and I realized I'd been dizzy for like 10 minutes.
So you've learned a lesson here. If you're going to stream Doom, my recommendation is to play it on a small screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do it on a giant 40-inch TV.
It's 55 inches. It's even worse.
Well, that's just unreasonable. If it was a mere 40, we'd probably be fine.
So I think we have someone in the stream who is not, or in the chat who has not been seeing this up until now.
So do you guys want to explain it while I slowly recover?
Sure. Ultima Underworld is an Ultima spin-off game by
Looking Glass
by
Studios, or the
Glass.
people who become
Not what they
Looking
were
Glass.
named at the time. They named themselves Looking Glass while this was happening. Wow.
Yeah, that's the huge amount of gold we found.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Useless gold. Is
the context is that a group of people attempted to form a utopian society in the abyss, and they didn't see the problem with that just from hearing the description. The utopian society in the abyss fell apart, so it's kind of like an early it's like medieval Bioshock, I guess. And now there's this. You're in this 8-story dungeon. Where's the map again?
It is an item.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you click on the
We're in this 8-story dungeon. We've traveled down to level 4 by now, and we've explored.
4
like,
might be a little far. Honestly.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't be this far because we're starting to encounter enemies that are
I
just
think we
destroying
hit
us.
the.
Like horrible things with no heads. We've explored level 1 almost basically completely. Level 2, we've like got a slight sense of where things are. There's on level 1. There's 2 goblin societies. One's over here and one's over here, and they're kind of at war with each other. And the humans are over here, and they're literally hiding. They're in like a secret area, trying to keep any of the goblins from finding out where they are because they keep getting killed in the conflicts between the 2 goblin tribes.
I mean, mostly they're just like hanging out around the door, being kind of ignorant.
Yeah, but
They're
the humans are
mostly
terrified.
prisoners who are thrown in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's
It's like there's a sense of history to the dungeon,
Yeah.
which is really
Yeah.
interesting.
and then people will just talk to you about it. And like on the first level, everyone you talk to assumes you're a prisoner because you're a human, and you're getting used to everyone being awful to you. And then level 2, there's this little dwarf society, and they're all real nice to you actually. They're very polite. Level 3, there's apparently a lizard man society that we haven't found yet, but there's a big gap in the middle we haven't seen. And then down here there are orcs, I think.
Trolls.
Yeah, trolls. And
Friendly
then-
trolls. They're nice.
Very nice, friendly trolls, and there's also somewhere around here, like a White Cloaks style group of like
Fucking asshole Templars.
Holy Templar Knights that are apparently attempting to genocide the trolls. Well, the trolls are
And the
over
trolls
here
seem
going-
nice, so like.
When you talk to them, like, oh, hello, human who does not murder trolls. But there's a thing where like every single one of these societies has like very different like approaches to society and life and various things.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean. I don't know if that's necessarily actually like the scene in the game.
Well, it's
but-
mechanically the case insofar as this is the garbage dump for the trolls, and they just throw out all this useless gold, because what are you going to do with a pile of gold? I think
One
this
of
is
them
actually-
did like a red shiny rock, though.
Yeah, one of
That's
them
true.
really liked a red shiny
Really
rock.
love that shiny rock.
We gave him a red shiny rock, and then afterwards he wouldn't talk to us. He goes, like, I'm sorry, I'm very busy. I must play with my red shiny rock.
So we should probably head upwards.
Yeah, do we want to like take this gold with us, or is it just too
I
heavy?
think we've marked it. It's too heavy
Yeah,
for us
we've
right now.
marked
We
it.
need
It's
to.
really heavy.
I think we need to. Let's try to talk to the lizard people, and then let's kill ourselves so we return to the silver tree and set up a base camp.
I'm
on
really
level 2.
uncomfortable with this thing of like teleporting via suicide. That's really weird.
Do we have our own spells? Our notes?
Also,
Oh,
I've
yeah,
just
we got
noticed
spells.
something really cool. If you press tab, it moves you between here, here,
Yeah.
and here. That's really convenient.
Because this game is meant to be played, like,
Oh,
is
okay.
designed to be played only with the keyboard if you only have a
So
keyboard.
there's a spell
So,
notes. We've
the
got a
part
level
of-
1 map, which is useful still because it does have what floor we find the different societies on.
Also, the part of the map that we've marked is that this place sucks. Is there anything up there worth getting?
Yeah, death.
Is
There
It
were-
just
anything
keeps
worth
killing
getting?
you.
There were
We want
some
some death.
runes, but they were repeat runes we already have.
Okay, so let's never
The,
mind
yeah,
that.
the runes we already have, and just like murder.
I've gotten way too used to being able to just hit tab to look at the thing. I'm also... God, okay, the WASD in that last level like really just spoiled me like crazy. Because
Yeah, this
I'm trying to WASD and it's just not working.
This
Well,
is even
it's
more
ASD.
pre-WASD than Doom is.
It's ASDX.
I'm gonna see what's behind this door.
Check the map. Oh, what's in that?
In the sack. It's a sack. Let me try to find what's in the sack. It's a lockpick. Is that good to have?
And what's that say?
Lakshi, I am writing to discuss with you the possibility of performing a small service for me, which in the end would be beneficial to ourselves and the Abyss as a whole. If you would have several of your subjects do some small favors for me, I would be indebted to you for quite some time. P.S. Just tell my messenger your response. He can be trusted. Who's Lakshi?
We don't know. I don't think.
Have we met him yet?
We have.
I think we have something.
The name
Heard
sounds
the name
familiar.
before.
Do we want to keep this bag?
No. We actually want to be a little bit careful about having too many nested things. From what I've read, there's a bug in the game where if there are just too many objects in the world, stuff gets corrupted.
We've already got a lockpick, so I'm just going to leave this stuff here. Do we want to take this note with us just in case we meet whoever it's for?
I think we can.
Sometimes we don't remember who
There's a lockpick. There's still a lockpick back there.
Yeah, but there's also a lockpick in our inventory.
Yeah, but they're used up.
Oh, well then let's absolutely get that lockpick.
They're a consumable.
And here we see the difference between Doom and Underworld. Spending, like, instead of just this unbelievably, like, fluid motion, just spending half a minute trying to... What's this? Badly worn short sword. What have we got? We got a service... Oh, wait, is that ours? Did we drop that earlier? Yeah! We came through here!
Dropped a bunch of shit.
We came through here and, like, dropped all of our old stuff. Okay. Yeah, okay, so where was that,
The staircase up? Well, we fell down here, didn't we?
Oh, I don't think so. I think we took a...
We fell down to
There's the
another
staircase.
one.
Yeah.
Okay, check the map.
So now we're on 3, and now we're gonna try to meet the lizard people.
Yay!
Okay, so we had a Did we take notes about the lizard language?
We haven't met the lizards yet, so
But
we
someone
don't know.
told
Level
us.
3,
Oh, yeah.
level 2 is the one we fell into.
We fell into level
Found
2.
the toilet.
Oh
land.
yeah, we fell
Yeah.
through a toilet down into the lower level.
And then
Yeah.
there's a stairs.
So we were talking to someone, and they said, they told us what yes and no are, but not which one was which. Do you remember
I think
that?
they're on the back of our notes, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, Setch and Click.
But we don't know which is...
I don't know
Whoa.
which
Who's this
is which.
person?
Whoa, it's a dude. How do I talk to someone?
Right click and drag. With that.
It's Bandit.
Halt! Who approaches?
It is merely I, Jane.
What dost thou seek, Jane?
I seek the Baron's daughter?
Yeah.
Always. Of this I know nothing. Be gone with thee.
Wouldst thou wish to exchange items?
I do not. Now leave before I run thee through.
Hey, we just saved. Do you want to try to kill this dude? I think maybe Bandit isn't his name.
I think it's a hoe.
If you're new to this stream, I would like to stress how luxurious and full our hair is. It's really impressive to have a volume like that without it getting natty in a dungeon. Okay, we'll be polite to the bandit.
Huh.
What a jerk.
Yeah, total dick.
What's her deal?
Oh, what is...
You cannot talk to that.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
that's a surprise. The plaque reads storage room east. Plaque, okay. You want to still...
Remember that with all these things, unclick that and just use the universal thing, which is right click and drag.
Okay, the door's
It's
locked,
locked.
so we still need the, we probably don't have the key to this level. We've got a bunch of keys, but probably not that.
We don't really know. Let's see the map again.
Well, we're going...
Oh, okay, we're going towards
This
the
just
central
looks real
area.
conspicuous.
Suicide doesn't mean a fast travel. I mean, that's like well established in Star Trek.
We were having... Oh,
Whoa.
whoa, it's a dude.
Hopefully a friendly dude.
You don't need to click.
Looks
You can
friendly.
just right click and drag.
Okay. Red Lizard Man.
Beacon,
Beacon,
sword
so
click.
Bika to thee also?
Do we know what Bika means?
Absolutely not.
Sounds hello. I'm gonna go with
Bika
Bika
is
to the...
probably hello. We do have my notes from like
No,
20 years
Give me a
ago.
pencil. We're gonna
But we're
write this
doing
down.
these fresh.
We're learning it for new. Yeah, he's got a pile of index cards from when he was a tween, and one of them has a language on it which he said, I think this is either the language of the lizardmen or the spiders, which is just a wonderful sentence out of context.
It was the lizard man.
It's the lizard man.
Okay.
Now we know.
I think Bika to thee also is as good a response as any.
Yeah, but let's...
Here, if you could fill out this survey. We're very interested in Bika Sorclick.
Can I tell you about our Lord and Savior, Lizard Man?
He seems nice. So Bika is hello, and then...
Strong brow.
I'm gonna guess Sorclick is human. So maybe like put like Sorclick human question mark?
I think we will be lucky that it will still have English grammar.
Tosa, I guess Thora... Yeah, we don't... Actually, it's interesting it's not giving us any options in that regard. What? Okay. I do not understand. Goodbye. So we've got
So we have a lot of...
What's
Well,
interesting...
Do you want to write... Oh, I wonder
Do you
if
think
we
he
should-
speaks English? Like, if we respond... Like, the problem isn't that they don't speak English. The problem is that their tongues can't communicate certain things, right?
Who knows?
Bika, Sorclick. Bika to the also. Okay, so we need to figure out...
Tosa, Yeshua, Click, Theppa. You might want to write these down because we may be able to type them in. We still
You
don't know
can do
how
that?
we learn stuff.
Yeah, there's some
Um,
characters that like we've done that with already.
so
It was
we
really
don't know what
weird
the
and
mechanic
slightly
for it will
unnecessary.
be.
So I assume at least here we can say yes or no if we know what that means.
Yeah, but I think
What?
that's a bad idea.
Tosa, that's Tosa that epi ergo. This is the same thing the other person
Yeah.
said. So Tosa must... I feel like we're learning something about Tosa by like... Man, that's a good word. This is like...
Yeah, what if you just say hi to it without like instead of trying to speak lizard person?
Alright, let's try this one more time. Greetings, lizard man. Oh, that's interesting. It's almost the same thing.
Yeshua, Click, Tosa, Sword.
Maybe. No. I did not mean to upset thee. I will leave now. Man, I don't know how... Door's locked.
Okay, so we've got to, I think at this point we should maybe start on our, let's get back up to the dwarves.
Yeah. Hey, was this door... Did we try this door already?
Nope.
I want to get to the center of the room, or the center of this area. Door's locked. I'm just going to fill out the map.
I'm just gonna fill out the survey.
Oh, and by the way, if you're watching, look at like these big jumps. I don't know if you can see this on the stream, but when I move around, like, aside from the textures being real rough.
You're hitting run.
Running around, okay. But it's still like, there's just kind of these weird jumps as you move around. It's like it's very different from Doom. What's this?
So I think like one of the things I like was brought up in that John Carmack post is that like a really big thing is
Whoa!
what?
It looks like a
Oh.
human.
A mellow prisoner. That's my rap name.
He points to his mouth and shakes his head. Art thou mute? He nods his head unhappily. Here's something to eat. He looks at you disappointedly. Oh.
Something.
Is he hungry? Oh, so let's give him some food. Dude's having a rough day.
Bowl.
What?
Bowl.
Bowl?
Bowl. We put bowl is where the
Oh,
food is.
yeah, okay.
Oh.
We're out of food.
Bowl is a recipe for dead rotworm in progress.
Really?
Well-
We have no food?
That's not good.
No, it's not.
No, we have a spell that gives us.
Oh yeah, we have a
That's
spell
false
that can
hunger.
So
generate.
let's make...
Wait. Yeah. Can we Do we have... Yes, we do have create food.
Okay, but we can't... Can we cast that during a...
No, so you're gonna have to go, I'm sorry, I have no food, and then we'll...
What?
Let me just blast it through the conversation.
I don't understand how that happened, actually.
Are you pressing something on the keyboard?
I don't think so. I mean, I pressed 2. Does that, like, hold down or something? Does it is there key repeat?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll click that.
I've been using the mouse.
Yeah.
Okay, apparently this the GOG
In the
version.
meantime, let's create some
Yeah, let's food some. Let's do some magic. Not like that. That's not magic. That's magic.
Okay, so I am. No, the other one.
I am.
Hairbrush.
Is
other hairbrush. I really thought that would.
I am.
Afropic.
Okay, that makes more sense. So wait, what's it M? Is that small? Like what did we just in words? What are we casting?
Cause life matter.
Okay. Whoa. Not a spell?
Yeah. It's this one.
Oh. Cause life matter.
No. This. I really thought I am Afropic would do it.
It didn't. There's no room to create
Move
that.
back.
I really felt like that.
Got a fish. That actually didn't take up very much.
You cannot talk to that.
Okay, let's put this in
You
our
don't need to
bowl.
have any of these selected.
You've got to turn off talking.
Why can't I talk to the dead fish? You see a fresh fish, which raises all kinds of ontological questions.
Nope, don't even worry about it. Oh.
Points to his mouth and shakes his head. Art thou hungry?
You should
He
click.
nods, but that's right. He nods but looks agitated. He makes a talking motion with his hand next to his mouth and shakes his hand no. Oh, thou art mute and hungry. He nods his head unhappily. Here's something to eat.
You have to drag it into your inventory. Or into the offer area.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, here's thy food. He gobbles it down as though he hasn't eaten in weeks.
Man, dude just ate a raw fish.
2 is the most insensitive the most insensitive possible question.
Do it.
No!
Do it.
No!
Do it.
Art thou a prisoner here?
Come on!
He nods sadly, then performs a complicated series of charades that seem to indicate he is innocent. He mimes various lizardmen grabbing a wide-eyed victim and laughing heartily as they fling him in his cell. He implores you by gestures to speak to the lizardmen and get him released. I'm sorry, but I don't understand their language. I'm just gonna guess this guy's guilty as heck. He gestures himself, indicating that he understands the tongue of the lizardmen. Further, he makes signs that seem to say the lizardmen understand your speech but cannot pronounce human talk. That you can't communicate that via charades. Oh, that's
very good at
She was
charades.
thrown in jail for being too good at charades.
If thou wishest to teach me lizard tongue, I will try.
Alright, here we go.
Nice.
Excellent. I love this that it is a mute person telling you what the meaning
This
of...
is so silly.
If this were a Borges story, he would subtly teach you the language in an incorrect way in order to do something menacing. All right, what does Seth mean? He nods his head yes. Click is no.
Yes.
Click. Now shakes his head no. Other. Okay, this is great.
Bika.
What?
B-I-C-A.
Hello.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Sor. Click.
Spell it.
S-O-R apostrophe click.
He eyes you suspiciously. Maybe it's suspicion?
Could try soar just by itself. It could be...
He doesn't recognize the phrase. Great, this is good. Soar? Doesn't recognize soar.
Okay, so it is soar click.
Okay. Tosa. T-O-S-A.
He points to you and takes your hand and makes him point to him. You, okay. This is actually kind of interesting.
Yes, sure, click. Yeshor. Yeah.
He is friendly. You friendly. Okay, question mark.
Thepa. Thepa.
He imitates a lizard man.
Okay, I think we knew that.
It's pretty good.
Sethare. Sseetharee. No, 2 S's. And 2 E's.
Why don't you just show it to me?
It doesn't sound like it looks. Fahoagods. Are you sure you didn't? That's not how you spell Fahoagods. Sethare.
With that?
Yes.
Were there not apostrophes or anything?
No.
Maybe he just doesn't know certain words.
Okay, well let's go chat
I'll
with
be
some
back
other-
later. I don't want to talk to this dude about the prisoner. I want to talk to... Oh, hey.
Let's just...
Yeah, talk to her.
Yeah, talk to him.
Dude.
Oh!
Bika Sorclick. Bika yourself. You are friendly? Okay, so Sor? We don't know?
Oh. You friendly?
You Sor? Oh, that's interesting. It recognizes we've... Okay, friendly.
Just say yes or yeah.
Okay, Epa Ergo. We got those before also.
Okay, this is giving us a lot of words.
Yeah, let's just like...
I'm writing down all of them.
Great.
I love that I'm still like getting over the fact that it's a mute person that you have to ask the questions of.
It's pretty funny.
Well, it's great because it's like...
Okay.
It means that instead of having like... Okay, you've got all the words. If thou sayest so. Oh,
Yeah, I think.
Why? Okay. Okay, any other words that you can write down here?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Too confusing. Goodbye. Finally. Okay. So...
Sore. Aggressive. Okay. Epa. Ergo. Me.
Nope, it was capitalized, so I think it's human.
Help.
Help. Zeka?
Food?
Sesclick?
Attack. Yethe.
Yeah, definitely some dangerous questions.
Yeah,
for us to
God.
answer wrong.
Murder?
Oh, Jesus!
Wow,
attack.
what the fuck was this
Kill.
guy? Jeez, this guy was really on one, huh?
Alright, I'm gonna... I have this sense that this dude is, like, involved with... Okay, I don't know anyone on that. Yeah, I want to check the red dude. Red dude's cool. Oh, he's upset.
Let's not
I'm
talk
talking
to
the
him.
upset guy, yeah. Oh, they're both upset. Okay.
They may sometimes.
Maybe they had an argument. Because, or click. Can you just translate for us?
Greeting. Suspicious. You friendly human? You friendly lizard man?
Are you a
Yes.
friend to lizardmen?
Yes.
Are you a friend of C3 who's a person?
Your friend too? Yeah.
Who is that?
You know friendly. You aggressive?
No.
No, definitely not.
You know, although it's much more interesting to do this on paper, it occurs to me that if you were doing this on a computer, you could keep everything in alphabetical order at all times. Which would make it easier to look stuff up, but...
We don't know what silly means, but I think we can guess.
What's your sword click mean?
Friendly. He
Okay.
probably wants us to go talk to him.
Yeah. Talk to Cesari, okay. Goodbye.
So we should find out what Isili means.
Yep.
And I guess we should be talking with C3.
This is closed.
Yep, it's locked.
So we talked to C3 earlier.
Yeah, but we should...
We know people's names, don't we? Nope. Greetings, Lizard Man. No. Okay, the answer is always no, right? 3. Goodbye.
Yeah. So C3 is the key person
Oh, okay.
to talk to. Since
Was C3 the one over here before?
That was, yeah.
C3, okay. Wait,
You
never
got-
mind, I'm leaving.
Oh no, not that again.
This is, I like the writing in this game, when they're not being confused about...
I feel like there's like two aspects to writing. There's like the like specific words being written, and then there was the ideas behind the writing.
Yeah.
Well, just some of the jokes are just solid.
I feel like everything bad in the writing is like a decision they made that just turned out to be wrong later. Isili, right?
Yeah. Me.
Okay, cool. 1. Okay, we'll be back later. I don't trust this guy.
I don't entirely either. I won't really want to know the lizard man side of this.
Yeah.
Although it could also just be that, given that they immediately assume people might want to attack them.
Pika.
Hey, I mean, like, they're
Yeah.
hearing us out.
Yeah.
Alright.
You store click.
Kick us as far as you can.
You coming and going human?
What if Urgo's the guy?
Traveling, maybe? Traveling human?
Traveling human, human help you?
What if Urgo is in fact the guy in the cell?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Because wait, is Stepa?
Stepa is lizard man, so that's why I wasn't sure.
But is it a proper noun?
That's why I thought, like, Urgo could also be,
Yeah.
Have you come for Urgo?
Okay, assuming Urgo is the guy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you've come for Urgo. Urgo helps you. Urgo aggressive. You're aggressive?
No, I'm not.
You friendly. I'm C3. C3 friendly. I help you. I help you, yes?
Yes.
No!
What is he saying?
Urgo aggressive. Urgo... I don't know what that word means. Urgo something... I'm betting Sora is stole. Ergo, something food. Attack lizard men. Lizard men murder Ergo?
They're gonna execute him. Okay, so we need to make a decision. Shall we ally with Ergo and act as his lawyer?
I think we should say try to stop.
I feel like in a game like this, trying to prevent someone from dying is always what you're supposed to do.
But we're also the Avatar, so...
Yeah.
That's true.
The Avatar...
Execution bad.
How does the Avatar... This game has a very specific sense of morality. How does the Avatar feel about state execution?
Probably not great about it.
Okay. Okay.
Well, given that we're the victim of it...
Next question. Should we save before we commit... Well, actually... We've saved like 3 minutes ago, and all that we've gained is knowledge of words. Okay, no, please don't. Hey, you know what this is really doing to me? It's not making me car sick.
Something.
Words are amazing that way.
Yeah.
You something food me. Something.
Ergo, what's...
Ergo.
Oh,
I'm getting it's give.
So if we give food, like the food that he stole, then they'll...
okay.
So basically he stole because he was hungry. They got angry and put him in jail.
Okay, so...
Yeah, so let's conjure up some food
Yes,
and give it to them. You friendly, you return to me, give me food, I help Ergo.
Okay. Very well, it shall be done.
This is a great segment.
This is really good.
This rules.
I'm into
Okay,
it.
so let's make some food.
Alright, just go in here. Wait. We got some words to work out.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think we know them,
But yeah, I may as well confirm.
Confirm our Sora. Picking your pocket.
Yep.
Sell gift.
Give. Okay, yeah, we knew that.
Alright, let's
Alright, so
let's
make some food.
brush some hair. Hairbrush.
Nope.
No, that's...
No, it's I am Afropic.
Cheese.
May as well make a few different types of food in case he has a particular taste.
Well, we should...
I mean, remember, this uses up mana.
Yeah, but we've got
Not
a lot of
much.
mana, and we need bread.
Also, this weighs us down, though.
Yeah, but we need this occasionally. So at some point we're gonna need... Alright. Got some cheese. This is actually a pretty good meal right here.
Yeah, no.
You have food selected. Or you have mouse selected.
Yeah.
You should just not use that way of...
Yeah, the entire game can be navigated without using those.
Alright.
It's just awful.
Yo, Sita. Friendly green lizard man.
You could just, like...
I know that you just told me what to do. Alright. Here it is.
You need to give it to him. Put it next to your face.
Do you think you'd rather have bread or cheese? Can you feed cheese to lizards? Should we give him, like, just bread and cheese, maybe?
Yeah, like, this didn't cost us anything, so we
Yeah.
can give him a
Cost us
full
mana.
meal.
Here's more. Yeah. Does he want a particular type of food?
Click sell Oshi. Is there any new words here?
Yes. Give me a second. Okay, well, let's find out what Osli means.
Wait, what's Sella?
Give.
My guess is we need to give a full meal's worth. Everything.
What's in the green bottle?
Wine.
What are you saying? Could you imagine trying to do a
More.
language thing like this in a modern game?
Actually, slight spoilers, but Frog Fractions 2 has a really interesting thing along these lines. And that's why I haven't finished it yet, because it was too hard for me.
Say no more.
What?
Say no more.
Yeah.
Many things about the Second Kingdom to another.
I think it's like more, maybe? Let's make some more food. Hey, there's all of my...
Let's put those back into our...
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot that...
Oh, let's also create some light.
I was gonna ask.
It's like IBM, I think.
No,
Isn't
that's,
the B the small one, or no?
That's Lesser Heal. It's whatever this...
Yeah, I think that's actually light.
It is. I just don't know how to describe it.
Alright, so what's the...
Okay, so let's pick up... Nope. I am...
That...
More bread.
Just more bread? I don't know.
Yeah.
Hey...
Might be enough.
Might be enough. Let's, not talk to the cheese. Sure, I'll save the game. And then I'm going to stop talking to the cheese. You're not supposed to talk to the cheese. Fresh loaf of bread. Hey, remember when I was trying to figure out how they grew food? Bottle of ale.
Oh.
Don't give the bottle of ale.
Really?
We want it for the recipe.
Oh, okay.
You can just click on them.
Yeah. Here it is. Nope.
You need to break it in first.
Hold on. I'm gonna not mess that up from the start. So, apple, bread, cheese, more different bread. Here it is. Do you think he wants a sack?
It could be that we literally fill a sack full of food.
There was a sack on the bottom floor that we just left there. We're using all of our sacks, right?
We could probably move some stuff around if we had to.
Okay. Are there any words we don't know?
No. Pick up the stuff.
I don't really like this element of the UI.
Need to turn off talk.
That's my fault, but the...
And then never turn it back on.
No promises.
I think that it might do the dropping thing because of having to deal with the situation of you having too much stuff.
Yeah. That's
Also, it
normal.
doesn't know where to put them back to.
There's, it's really annoying how, like, when you're trying to pick something up, it's like, you can fail to pick something up either because... Ah!
Whoa, whoa.
This was not the place where we came from.
Oh, and we're poisoned.
Okay, remember when I saved a minute ago?
Yeah, that was a good move.
That was a good move. It was an accident, but it was a good move. What's all this stuff? No, put it away. No, okay, what's this? Worn leather cap and... No, what's in the sack?
Oh, someone's mentioning the Ultima 7 and 7, one of the other things, and 2 had almost no signs of Roman characters and said use Norse runes made up of snake symbology.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Okay,
Whoa.
well you should reload save.
Yeah, but
We're
write
dead.
down SAHF. We don't have poor, do we? What's poor?
But there was also some new runes that we should
Movement.
You should
Yeah, we
reload.
gotta...
reload and do that fight.
Okay, so... No, this is good enough for Cetharek.
Yeah, I do wonder whether the lizard man wants fish. We can make a fishing pole now, by the way.
Has fish come up?
Yeah, we had fish. That was the first thing that we...
It was just
That
something
was-
that we randomly conjured, though. I don't know if there was actually any reason to believe that.
I'm just trying to figure out like why that would have been not been considered enough food.
Why is
if
he
we
so
really-
upset?
Because they don't know us.
I think he got upset.
Here, can I try something?
Yeah. I'm going down to the lower level so I can just get a sack. Because I remember there was a sack at the bottom.
I'm gonna just make us some fish.
Yeah, sure.
What's going on with this?
You know, also, we have extra sacks. We could sacrifice one of our sacks.
We can sacrifice.
No.
Yes.
No.
You're as cold as ice.
Okay, so I learned something. Let us. This is the one thing that I feel like a modern version of this would have let me do is.
I mean, this game really is extremely about like micromanaging your inventory. So
yeah, but it's just like having to place it here. And
well, I mean, that's what the things up top are for. You just happen to have put, you happen to have decided to
I don't know if there's like actually like a simulation, like if there's actually a good solution to that, right? Like
I feel like these like
mousing over would then close it.
So I feel like these things up top that are the equivalent of you like having like these are.
We have a fishing pole. I just used the spider silk we had.
Oh my god.
That was silly.
And I think I saw a body of water. Okay, there's a monster on that side.
That's definitely not a fish.
I don't want to catch it.
Oh yeah, feed the lizard man a monster. That'll go over well.
Maybe he wants some of that stew. Okay, how do I use this? Oh, okay.
Oh. You catch a lovely fish. This is really silly. Now I understand why fishing minigames exist. Because this is silly.
Listen, the important thing is that I caught a lovely fish. Okay.
Nope. Too many fish.
We have enough fish now to fill a full slot. I'm going to do one other thing that I read about. Let me save.
Well, that's ominous.
Oh, just because it's the first time we're doing this. So we've got a lit torch and we've got some incense. Let's light the incense. And let's smell it.
What?
HN, write that down.
Okay.
What?
Down behind you.
Summon.
It's not those. It's a different system.
Oh boy.
It looks like it says summon raise? No.
Those aren't the runes.
Yeah, they don't look like runes.
HN? It's like those are things we. Is that something we chant?
Yes. Okay, we need to find more incense.
Ugh.
When we get enough of them, there's a word scramble, and then we can find out a thing we can chant.
Oh my god.
I don't think I ever discovered that playing this.
That's
when I was
wild.
Amazing. Okay.
We need to go fight that spider.
We should.
To give
but the spider.
Hand over the fish first because right now we have no room for the spider's loot.
Which way is?
But he might actually want a sack. Does that make sense that we can hand him a sack?
Yeah, but let's first try just.
Let's just try giving them the fish.
Yeah.
Give him the fish.
Don't give him the fish. No, but actually give him the fish.
Stop all the downloading.
Let me look at the map.
I guess that didn't actually make any sense.
Computer.
So where is we?
It's that long room.
This. Okay.
You can tell it's got a little wall in it.
I mean, it's not going to be in the.
Oh, whoops.
It was behind
He's
the door.
usually hanging out around that room.
Having trouble making this.
I had to shift over like an inch or two. Just so it's sitting on the cushion rather than sitting. Also, it's not completely straight.
We haven't had any options to ask this guy more about his stealing.
No, we have not. Okay, so let's give him some.
Time for some fishies.
Oh no, you've only got 3 fish.
We actually have 4 in another bag.
This is my favorite food. So full, so happy. Try also giving him...
Yeah, no.
It might not be more. Let's go talk to the translator again.
It actually might... The word might be sack, actually. Which would be weird, because it was like taking stuff out of the sack.
We have some... There's some possibilities. Let's go.
Okay, let's try this.
That was one reason I was interested in finding the spider, is that he has a pouch.
Oh, okay. That was good.
That was the only option.
Yeah, but I wanted to see what it said.
Oh, it's just thank you, goodbye.
No, what did he say?
Oh, sorry, I forgot how this works.
No, I'm not gonna...
You friendly.
Oh, wow.
Return Ishtas help.
What's Ishtas?
It's probably a guy, but let's go ask Ergo.
Why don't I just say key? Ergo prompter hawk.
Wait. Got turned around.
Alright, he's free.
now.
He's just still... I guess he lives there. Okay. Yeah, definitely tell him to steal no more.
Extremely tell him to steal no more.
Wait. Also, stay around so that we can ask you...
Shit.
Do we need to, like, refrain from solving that puzzle until we've learned all the words?
Maybe we find him somewhere else.
Yeah.
I do feel like Ishtas is probably a name because it was capitalized.
Yeah.
I'll talk to this guy and then we'll try to find Ishtas. Do we not have a where or something like that, or who?
You don't have any interrogative words.
Nope.
Yeah, other is.
That's actually
Oh
kind
wait,
of
they
a
know
nice...
English, so let me try.
Oh yeah, right.
Where is Ishtas?
I know help.
They can't help you.
I could just try Ishtas and see what he says.
Yeah, maybe.
Or Ergo.
How is it spelled? Oh, yeah, it's right there in front of me.
No.
Okay. This is the right way. No.
That is, it's deeper.
We wanna. Oh, right. I keep on thinking the little thing is a pointer on the map.
Yeah, it's confusing like that.
Take us to a click. Beacon to thee also.
You friendly lizard man?
Yes.
You friendly C3?
I guess so.
I friendly C3.
Great.
give.
Dude's got some fish. Do we still have some bread?
I
think we're good.
I guess the lizard bin like fish. Alright, someone says that we can find Ergo again.
I had a feeling that must be the case.
That would be awful if you couldn't.
Yeah.
Like you go around the hallway and he's in the room with the spider and he's dead. I think that we can't do anything except engage in commerce with anyone except C3.
That seems to be...
Well, we're trying to find this
wanna
Ishtar one, so let's just keep
Ishtar.
looking around.
Yes. Yes. The question is that guy. It's Mellow. Hello, friendly. You... I don't know what feat it is. You... something help? Sure?
No. It's a give, is it?
Yeah. That's weird. Why did...
Consider that a terrible deal.
Yeah. Nothing for nothing seems like a pretty good deal for him to me.
Yes, these are just regular lizard men.
Oh, apparently you don't see him again.
Huh.
Well, fuck.
We'll just have to figure out things from context.
We should go fight a spider.
Yeah, where was that? One of these rooms, I think?
I'm guessing, yeah. I mean, a couple of those aren't filled in soon. Let's not be holding a fishing rod.
Fishing for spiders. What about a loot?
So I think maybe the next one. Nope.
We should have a look in his cell to see if there's anything special about it. I'm just realizing.
I think we did look, and
Nope, just trippy shit. So both these are
oh
locked.
fuck! You just saved over our only other save,
Oh. Well,
so we're not gonna be able to talk to him ever again.
oh, I thought we hadn't saved since. I saved in the other slot for that reason.
I thought we had, but maybe. Okay, so this is not the spider room.
Yeah, I'm going to. This is one of the annoying things with this engine. It's very easy for it to think that we're in the way.
Well, in general, it doesn't seem to have a very good idea of how far away from something you should be when you're interacting with it.
Yeah.
Or like how far away you are from the ground.
Okay, so both of those are locked. That's locked.
That's locked.
Where was that spider?
Well, okay, let's just be methodical about every door we have access to.
Finish mapping this area that we can see. Get this guy to open the door.
I heard cussing from in here. What did I miss?
Yes. Yes. Okay, let's check the other doors.
We're trying to find the spider.
I just opened a random door. It was not locked.
Yeah, no, that's what's confusing
Hey,
us.
can you hit the map? What's there?
There?
There.
We just came from
That's locked.
Hmm.
All of those are locked. That's locked. This is unlocked, but seems
There's
to
a
be
spider. There's a spider back there.
What?
I think that's it. Oh, have you been through here before?
there. Doesn't look it, but
Have you saved?
yes.
Yes. This seems like a much larger area than
Yeah.
you are.
No, no.
Oh, there.
Oh. So it's poisonous, remember?
Yeah. We're just gonna have to. Oh wait, do we not have leeches?
Try an overhead slash.
No, we don't.
Shit. Oh, we've got heal. We can heal our way through it.
We can heal, we don't have remove poison.
We can heal until the poison goes away,
Yeah.
which is suck.
This does give us a rune at least.
It does. It was, which room was it? Change, I think?
Wait, we should probably heal before I start looking at things.
Heal is,
I hate it when I get stuck in this bit there.
probably just want lesser heal, IBM.
We actually haven't lost that much health yet, so I guess we'll wait until we've
Yeah.
lost enough for it to be worth it.
Okay, let's get the rune.
Somebody asking if we can pick the locks. We can. We just don't know if it'll anger the lizard men or not. Sometimes things like that upset them.
But only if they see us, right?
Unclear.
I see.
Can you just put it in your inventory?
Oh, that torch burned in, so yeah, I can put it here. So one of these, which I think is a healing potion, I'll put it with the other one.
We've got
Okay, I've
wobble.
already got F, but we need the other one.
What is pour?
Pour is movement. That's pour?
The K?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, so that might give us
Okay, yeah,
speed
so let's
or-
get it.
It does.
Yeah.
There's some interesting spells. It's used in speed, self, and gate travel. Although
Do
we
we have it
need.
yet?
SAHF?
I already
Game
wrote it down.
tracking. Okay, cool.
What does tracking do?
That's our ability to hear where our enemies are.
Mm. I'm really curious about things like what happens if you try to like cause movement?
find out.
It would be cool if movement freedom was a wall clip spell.
You know what? I have a feeling this might be an antidote. Let's save and...
I think you're right, actually.
See.
I think we actually tried it one time and it was an antidote. Let's get drunk. We're in a dungeon and we're poisoned. Let's just get drunk. Roll the dice to see if I'm getting drunk.
Quaff the potion. No, it does not seem to be a... okay. So we still don't know what that does. See what spells we might be able to do now?
Yep.
Anything cool? Can we levitate?
We cannot levitate.
Ooh.
Just keep going.
Did you sleep?
No.
Just the fire ran out.
Oh wait, that's generate food. I want to generate light.
So
It's those two, right?
Yep. You know what it is? It's the Waluigi symbol.
I don't know what that means.
Like the upside down owl. I'm gonna call it Waluigi from now on.
Great.
Yeah, wow.
Well,
that's what it is.
Crossbow.
Do we know how to use it?
No. Do we want it? Yes.
Yeah. Do you need weapons proficiency to do a basic thing?
Oh, and a quiver to go with it.
Hey, that's convenient. That's also pretty heavy. We should...
Oh.
Oh, wow. That's great.
It's an empty quiver. We need to at some point head up and start making our base of operations. Where we can store stuff and come back to it when we feel we need it. I now know to click on piles of debris because they could be gold. Okay, so I found a passage down.
The new one.
Yeah, let me put that on the map. So we still need to find a way. Oh no, we do have a way up that it's up the top there. So we try to see if we can cut through to that instead of having to go around again.
So you're certain that if you die by, you're certain that if you travel by dying with the tree, that you get to carry all of your goods with you?
Yep, that seems to be the case from everything I've looked into. But we may as well get some mapping done while we're here.
Yeah, totes.
Okay, we can't go through the lizard men thing. We can try picking that lock and seeing if they get angry.
Definitely save first, but
yeah.
So far it appears that every time you get in trouble for committing a crime, they tell you, hey, you just committed a crime.
Well, this is crime time.
Oh, I messed up. We actually don't have open.
We've got a lockpick though.
Yeah, I just wrote that down as something that we have that we do not.
Not lockpicking attempt failed. Well, at least that doesn't seem to use up a lockpick when it fails.
Are we gaining lockpicking skills while we do this?
I don't think so. We have to, like, pray to... I don't know which skill is involved in lockpicking, but it is one that we can level up through praying.
Okay. Who the heck do you pray to for that?
Well, it's all praying to the big Ankh. It's just like which prayer.
I see.
Okay, I think we are not skilled enough to.
Chant the mantra of thieving.
It's a massive door.
I wonder what if green versus red lizardmen indicate anything. It's very Christmas themed.
It is.
It'd be nice
Story
if there were
door.
something you could like practice on, you know?
Yeah, I think we just are not skilled enough at lockpicking.
It might be a skill that we need to increase. Like when we level up.
Yeah.
It's too bad you don't get better at things just by like... Wait, what are we missing for that?
We need put green mushrooms, a dead rot worm, in a bowl to mix them.
We
We
have
have
a green-
everything.
We have a green mushroom and...
Yeah, we have everything to make it if we wanted to.
Well,
We've got bread in there that we need to get rid of.
let's make worm stew.
I think we should wait until we actually need it. I actually now know why we need it.
Is it a plot thing?
Yeah, there's a plot thing involving worm stew.
Fine.
I'm just worried about us eating it by mistake.
I mean, that's a reasonable concern.
Oh yeah, I just accidentally eat rotworm stew all the time.
Listen, it's a problem.
You know,
Just
this
'cause
is
you
me,
don't have that
I
problem.
open up my backpack, I start clicking on stuff, and suddenly I'll be eating a textbook, I don't know.
Okay, yeah, barring secrets, I think we've got to,
We have lots of other stuff to explore still.
yeah.
We have no new spells.
Ooh. They're all in areas where we don't have the,
Yep, we're still missing.
we didn't just see if any of these... I feel like it's unlikely since we didn't get any of these on this floor.
Yeah. You want to just go swimming? See where this goes? Like, maybe save first, but...
Yeah.
Didn't we also want to, like, find out some words from...
Did you find the dude?
No, he's gone forever.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. We could reload and see if
Yeah,
we
why don't
want
we try reloading that save, see
Okay.
if it actually...
Just keep him in a little crystal made of time.
I'm not sure how far back this is.
Oh, there it is. Oh, okay, good. He's still in jail. Okay, so we want Ishtas. TASS. That's probably his name. No. Okay. Fit.
Fit?
Yep.
Ask.
Yeah.
Or request or something like that. Any other words?
That's it.
You should save this in a new spot and just name it like Ergo or something.
I would just like save this.
Just like save in front of him.
Yeah.
What you doing?
Okay.
Which is terrible, by the way. Just like not a good way of going about it.
I guess the idea is that you're supposed to like get as much information as you can out of him until you no longer need him, and then which is not very. I'm not sure if that's extremely avatarish behavior.
Well, I think that we needed almost every word in that last conversation to get through the conversation, so. Hello. How do you pronounce that? Lord Vix. Thanks for coming to our stream, Lord Vix.
What's the dude's name again?
Lord Vix.
No, the dude.
Oh,
Ergo.
Question, any comments on the newest, latest, maybe not greatest Underworld Ascendant? None of us have played it?
Yeah, and it does not sound like it's in a good condition to be played yet, if it ever will be.
Yeah, I read a piece on it, and like, someone was attempting to review it, and they just refused to give it they refused to give it a score because they're like, I don't think this is a finished game. Like, it was doing things to them like, they couldn't get the save feature to work at all. And so every time, like, they just kept, but it didn't really matter because every time they died, they got to keep all of their stuff. Even though they went...
Why did it suddenly go, oh...
Yeah, there's something in the water.
Yeah, are you sure you want to go swimming?
Yeah, did you save?
Yeah.
Then yeah. Just
Find it.
Chase, see how far you can go. Oh man.
Oh, it's like we're playing Doom again.
Whoa.
Hey,
Whoa.
that doesn't look fine.
No, it's great. Everything's good. It's good. It's where we want to be. Everything's good. Oh, Lord Vix, you have played. Lord Vix, have you played Underworld Ascendant?
I think he's probably saying he hasn't played it.
Hasn't played it. It seems easy to imagine that a group of people who made a video game at some point in the past would just like pick up Unity or something and assume that, hey, I know video games, I can make video games, and not really think about how...
Just throw the press.
We can make more.
Wait, can't just put it into the... Oh, we can't even pick it up.
Yeah.
Also, project management is really hard. Anyway, it sounds like there might not ever be a fixed version of Underworld Ascendant because the extremely rapid way in which it was released sounded a lot like they just ran out of money.
I want to find a safe place to put it. Like, we should make a home base, is what I think.
Yeah.
Sploosh.
What's in the pouch?
Man, just some fish.
Well, wait, is the blue orb good?
Who can say?
Freedom!
I am so terrified you're gonna throw that into the...
We should definitely not save this. Lord
Maybe
Vix.
just put it into...
I'm gonna wait until we... Oh, wait, yeah, I can...
Just
put it directly into...
I got this solved.
So, Lord Vix, what is your opinion of Underworld 2? Because there was an Underworld 2, right? Whee!
This is actually good behavior due to the fact that there is a maximum number of objects that can be in the level.
Whee!
walls. That's so cool. I was realizing, did Doom have slanted stuff? I saw a lot of like
No,
steps, but no
it has-
slanted.
Nope, absolutely
steps.
not. It does have weird angles, but not for floors. That's one of the things I think is really interesting in Doom, is that like once you get into you sort of have all these elements of hell that like slowly appear. Like first you get like the wood surfaces, then you get like these weird ass fucking flesh walls.
I remember the flesh walls.
Yeah, it's really vivid.
There were
like,
some memorable flesh walls.
Just great animation.
Whoa.
And then once you actually enter hell, it's all like red landscape, brimstone, like just like really weird geometry, like lots of harsh angles, as opposed to like things that feel like buildings.
Yeah.
It's an interesting little area we're in here.
Whoa. I didn't know there were gray lizardmen.
Whoa!
Three.
Twist!
Thou dost speak my language. Yes, very well not though. How can you me help?
Other. Ask about Mystery Man.
Wait, let's find out who his leader is. Always useful. Of this leak.
East of our dwellings.
Okay.
And we have the option.
It sounded like we were going to be able to type stuff in.
You can type
Yeah.
stuff in
Wait,
as well.
what about?
Yeah. I don't know, we could...
We can ask about Ishtas.
Just ask about, yeah.
Yeah, okay. How's that?
ISHTASS.
I-S-H-T-A-S-S.
TASS. No one knows shit.
Wasn't there a comma in there somewhere?
Nope.
Oh no, wait, Isleek. Of Isleek you seek.
That's his leader.
Yeah. Oh,
Try
I
asking
see.
him like a random word, like yeth or something. Just ask him about yeth. Maybe save before you ask him about yeth. No, wait, don't save. What am I talking about? I do kind of like the writing of this game.
Yeah, can we ask him words?
See what happens.
Okay.
Try Yeshor click.
Oh God. Y-E-S
H-O-R
O-R.
apostrophe click. Nope. Okay.
Okay.
He's not gonna be teaching us shit.
I really like this thing where you can just literally jump in a river and find something really interesting like this.
It's really weird. There's gotta be another way of finding this.
I've been thinking like,
They want you to learn to.
Let me open my door.
They want you
Yes.
to learn to swim in this game. It's a skill. Whoa. What do these walls mean? Does this mean you're near
Marble.
the center? Marble, huh? I feel like this guy's special. He's in a room full of marbles.
Yeah,
Does he have a
can we
name?
find one? Can we check him out?
sorry? Isn't that's the guy we were just talking with? We just
No,
went back in.
there's multiple lizardmen. That's Ishtar.
Oh, that's Ishtas!
I give Ishtas I am known as. What thing are you wanting?
Ishtar is a 1987 American action-adventure comedy film written and directed by Elaine May and produced by Warren Beatty, who
Okay,
co-starred.
not useful.
Though by other Thepa lizardmen, the quiet ones my people are called. This is an irony is, we alone of the lizardmen your language can speak.
That's where the lizardmen
But
do
well, the
that.
Thipa, so there is
Yeah.
very well too.
Not easy it is, but we try. Now, you in some need are... Okay, who are the Thepa?
My folks are.
Oh, okay,
the
just
lizardmen
lizardmen.
They're called.
Can you perhaps translate their speech? That's why he sent us to find them.
And so, oh.
Nay, against our oaths it goes.
What?
We a humble order our sworn secrets to keep. Perhaps one among your people the true speech knows.
Yeah, we already live out of prison.
Thanks for nothing. Canst thou talk with me?
Wouldst Mad Wizard know of?
Please tell me
I
more.
want to know about mad wizards.
After Sir Calbyruth's death, Mumbling Wizard began upriver working. He talked with me after, as your strange tongue we know. Spoke he, who nameless remains, of a great sword, a part he broke.
Oh, that's one of the 8 objects we're trying to
Okay.
get.
This is the closest we've gotten to.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Tell me more.
I cannot much more say. For favor I will more information get.
I'm going to admit he speaks English better than I speak Spanish.
Osika, the leader of ours, upstream traveled. A great many armed water beasts known to Thepa, lizardmen, as Krikla to kill. He returned never. Would you him find?
So upstream. So both of these are upstream, right?
Yeah.
The leader is to the east of their dwellings.
But the Mad Wizard was upstream.
Oh, yeah.
Get chat. Let me have a sec.
Also, I believe that the east is in fact upstream.
And he says his order's not going to teach us anything, but he's just like dropping the Kriklas like nothing. Oh,
Guys. It's the button. Touchscreens don't do anything when they're off. Okay.
I'm so sleepy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sleepy.
I will search for your leader.
Cool.
Cool.
Upstream Osaka traveled, returning never. Book of Mad Wizard had he, perhaps telling more. Return with news, and the quiet one will reward handsomely you.
Alright.
Oh, so we've got a quest we could go on.
Love a good quest.
Can we save at this point, or have we thrown valuable items in the water?
No, we didn't.
No, nothing there was that valuable.
Okay.
I am being careful.
But
It
I
may not
wanted
look
the
like
fish.
it. Listen, we can click the fishing rod near that river, and I'm sure the same fish will show up.
I can't believe there isn't even a fishing minigame. It's bullshit. That's a weird room.
Maybe they like small places and no beds. Whoa.
Stranger, greetings.
Ika.
You speak lizardman tongue. Very good. Many lizardmans will be your friends then.
See, I've talked to these guys.
I should go.
So, you know, I'm actually thinking about, like, I'm thinking about, like, when we used to keep snakes, and they really did want to be in small, confined spaces.
What about the lizards, though?
Well, the only lizards we had were kinds of lizards that liked to live on plants. So, they wanted plants, but that's like what they were evolved for. I'm sure there's lots of lizards that evolved to live under rocks.
Krikla. I'm just calling those in lizard man tongue from now on.
Sure, that's very reasonable. Very, multicultural.
If anyone listening to this is interested in keeping reptiles, just for the record, you don't want an iguana, you want either a bearded dragon or a cresty, and whatever kind of snake it is you think you want a ball python.
Ball pythons are...
Ball pythons are so chill.
Yeah. They seem nice.
Oh, that was interesting.
That
He was
was
poking through the bridge.
This might be,
Yeah, we've been
Oh,
here.
we've
Oh.
entered the
Oh, that's
swampy area.
cool.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we want to go upstream, I guess is probably the other way.
Yeah, but we can also just, like, walk, probably.
Yeah, around
Sounds
the edge.
plausible.
since there's like a whole other area that we haven't.
It is pretty rare for iguanas to be chill. They're usually bitey, and they get huge. Iguanas get really, really big. Also, you really don't want a chameleon, no matter how much you think they do. They are, like, so hard to keep alive.
But they have cool eyes.
I guess I don't know what oh yeah, no, they're pretty cool.
They go like...
Yeah, they do that.
They look all jointed.
Yeah.
Slappy? What does it mean for an iguana to be slappy? Ah! Don't. No! Am I gonna need to spray you with a water bottle?
Standard iguana punishment.
Infection prone.
Okay, so we're back at the entrance
Cool.
here. So let's go around the other end and see if we can figure out more of this water area.
Whoa!
A door.
Waterfalls.
What's in the door?
A door.
Whoa!
Absolutely nothing.
What? Oh, I was just bumping into it. Okay.
Oh, it seemed like you were actually going through. No, I think you.
No.
No?
It's just...
Weird.
It just struggles.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
What? Did you get...
I
What?
think something happened.
Did you get teleported?
Try that again.
Does it teleport you?
Was there a sound effect? I don't have any audio right now.
There was not a sound.
Did you get teleported?
They're teleport rooms. What the hell?
That's
Wait, where are you now?
so unhelpful.
Somewhere different.
Okay, that's helpful. That's somewhere we couldn't have gotten.
What? Oh, do we get dropped into another teleport room without realizing it? Like, is there 3 teleport rooms?
Yeah, I think we just went through several teleport
I think
rooms
it's
in quick
randomized.
succession.
I think it
Ugh.
might be Work of the Mad Wizard.
That's so weird. That's like very not in this game's idiom.
Whoa.
I'm wondering if we're going to get an explanation that it is like the
Yeah.
Mad Wizard or something.
Sure, but
Also, I mean, this game's
There-
idiom is throwing shit at the wall and seeing what sticks.
there is gate travel. That's a thing. It's an Ultima standby. Okay, this room just feels really weird. This is like we've suddenly been dropped into Wolfenstein.
Ah, yes, very pathways into darkness.
Yeah, it looks like we're in some sort of maze.
Like nothing up into. Oh,
Oh god, that's a white one.
we sure are poisoned.
I don't know if it's hitting.
Isn't slashing better?
We
Yeah,
are.
we're about to die.
Well, didn't you want to do that?
But we could. This could be where we
Die.
go back from the top. And
It looks like there was a
get new
pile of
spot.
stuff by that.
Yeah. So we're by our tree. Shall we pick it up and find a good place in level 2 to make our base? Maybe by the
Okay.
Cause that way we can like dump the crossbow and stuff.
Someone in chat says, this game feels like each level is made by a separate team. Don't we know that to be the case?
So the first 2 levels were made by the main designer, and then it was sort of different people working on it. They clearly were discussing stuff with each other, but there are different designers for different floors.
It's a really interesting approach. I've never, like, just by, like, the nature of, like,
Yeah.
I'm always, like, doing content for things, like, it doesn't necessarily seem like a bad thing having, like, individual people having, like, strong
No.
focus on, like, their own, like, bits of content, especially when it's, like, very clearly delineated.
Yeah, I feel like there are kinds of games where that feels really bad.
We have no leg. by
But
the
in
way.
this one, like
Yeah.
there's really specifically a thing where they want each level to feel like its own little world.
Yeah, like I think it does actually.
Yeah.
Like I've seen like narrative games where like the disjoint between like different levels were definitely different teams. That feels it really starts to hurt. But
But there is also, like, I think the most important thing is, like, consistency within, like, an area rather than consistency throughout. Like, not that consistency throughout isn't important.
Especially because, like, this a major theme of this game is the great separation between all the different entities, right? Because
there was a time of unity, and now it's all split apart.
Yeah. But I think it's especially okay if, like, one level has, like, a different type of quest design.
Yeah.
Like, that's fine, because that just feels like you're mixing things up, so long as, like, one of the quests isn't, like, so long as the quest design doesn't mean, like, different idioms of interaction, like, that might be kind of weird, but...
Maybe a little.
So I think I'm gonna head just straight north to, I think that's oh no, that isn't. Where are the ways down?
That's a great question. I don't think we actually marked
that one's down. I don't know.
Yep.
I feel like there was one around here, but...
We never found it.
If you want to grab...
Yeah, I'll grab the map.
Yeah. It's right there.
Oh.
I'm just stuck. So at the first floor you can tell because we've mapped it.
Okay, so there's down there.
Okay, that's...
Yep,
yeah, okay.
that room.
I don't know if we've done much from that one.
I don't know. Let's check the, level 2. Or map of level 2.
Oh, yeah.
We can see.
Okay, we have done that.
We totally have.
And the other one is here.
And the final one is here.
Okay, that one we haven't done. I wonder if that's the one that's got a cave in.
Oh.
Because of the great staircase that was the easy way to get up and down.
Yeah, I bet that's
been destroyed.
Yep, that's totally the cave-in site.
Which is why we didn't mark it.
Yeah.
Okay, so our closest one is this one here, I think.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. The other one's like, you have to jump and it's weird.
Whoa, okay. Okay, that's just that.
Oh, are there more leeches?
There's one set we could go for, especially if we've got high jump now.
Well, we just have it marked on the map.
Yeah.
It would be great if there were a place where you could, like, breed leeches.
In fact, the leeches are right here.
Nice.
But we're gonna need to... We have a special jump.
We're
now,
gonna
right?
have to jump!
Oh,
we don't have a special jump.
Okay, then let's not do it.
We know how to do it, but we don't have the rune for it.
You can jump into water. You can just... Water's safe.
Yeah, it's just that but then we've got to, like, make our way back around.
Yeah, let's not
it's
do
not
that.
hard. It's just, like, right down the...
Let's not do that.
You can always come back. Oh yeah, that's the guy who just decided maybe he wouldn't fight us after we kicked all of his friends' asses.
So it seems chill to me.
I mean, it wasn't chill. His friends tried to murder us.
It's not more than him.
He was just like, they're his friends. That's
well,
like...
we murdered his friends, he's not holding us against it, right? He's like, alright, they were trying to kill you, you killed them. You know, that's fair, that's fair.
Oh yeah, it was just neat spiral staircase.
Oh yeah, this was really cool.
Which I will now press 2 buttons and like... Oh yeah, that's the extra key.
There's like a single rune that
so
if we get
like,
we can cure poison and we will resolve the biggest issue we
this
have.
weird area.
I do like Doom almost immediately gave us a spiral staircase and it was like an actual spiral and that was like really striking.
M1. Hell hallway.
It just looked weird. You can remove that.
Okay. I was like, is it dangerous?
No, it just had a really weird wall texture, but that was just because it was leading to a church.
Okay.
Hey, do we want to like chant some things that we've learned?
I don't think we haven't leveled up.
There are mid-level
what
things.
God, why is every Western RPG just incomprehensible?
What is tracking for?
It's that thing where I hit F9 and it tells me whether the creatures are nearby.
Okay, is that actually useful to chant?
No, we want to get like weapon stuff up. We want to get lore up. We could use some swimming and some lockpicking.
Yeah, we're not going the right way.
You're right. I'm generally confused. Okay. Yeah,
I would like to go out to the dwarf fortress.
Remember, we only found that by jumping into a toilet, but there might be a way to get to it otherwise.
There is in this map.
But I like the idea of it being really hard to get there normally.
I think you overshot. Yeah.
Yeah. But there is a temple here when we want to ankh. I feel like there's all these places that are really well designed in this, and then there's these bits that are just fucking mazes, and I'm just like, this is such a throwback.
I feel like in general, I feel like this game does not have super interesting art direction. Like there's some hints at like some distinct things, but by and large, it's very, very.
I feel like the art.
But I feel like I often have a very
well.
good sense of where like the locations are in terms of their shapes.
It's very functional art direction. It's not necessarily evocative.
Right. I feel like it's frankly very boring. Like this does not. Just looking at it doesn't give me an idea of a world in a way that like. Just looking at Doom like is really visually striking.
Oddly, I feel like the music is really evocative. Like super evocative.
No, definitely.
It's not a bad base.
Like I feel like it definitely conveys a spaces.
Oh,
But it
hey,
doesn't
do we
necessarily
want our
convey-
base to be a place we can plant the tree?
Yes, it needs to be a place that we can plant the
Can we
tree.
plant the tree in here?
Let me see. Let me give it a try.
That's still not like
What kind of floor is this?
Third floor, yes, we can. It is near an entrance to the lower, to the upper floors. We want an entrance.
Yeah,
to the
we don't
lower
want
floors.
It's near. Well, we sometimes want upper.
We can actually do it in the dwarf area. Oh yeah, we should find out where that.
There might not be dirt.
We should find out where that the mines are. I think they're nearby because there's a mission to go explore the mines and deal with some things there.
What's that?
It was just the sound of the fountain.
water refreshes.
It's the pause that refreshes.
There's Corby the human.
We're just gonna move into one of their storerooms. So what kind of floor is this?
Dirt still.
Please tell me those aren't chamber pots.
I think personally,
They're called
coming back to life in a room full of chamber pots sounds like a great idea. You know, you're just recently reanimated.
Okay, yeah, this
really
already has a bunch of good stuff in it, so it seems like a good place for us to maybe set up camp.
I feel like the opposite is
Maybe,
true.
yeah,
it
too
has a
much
bunch of
stuff.
stuff in it.
Too much stuff. Okay, I'm gonna do it in the what may be their washroom.
You go in the restroom and there's like a human reincarnating in the corner. And you're like, I'm just not gonna say anything.
Maybe I need to like use it. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So this is gonna be our home base. Let's dump some of this shit we've got that we don't know what to do with. So I'm gonna put in the rest of the ingredients we need to make rotworm stew. There's green mushroom.
Green mushroom.
So that's ready when we have a need for it. bag of gems. And start a pile of gold.
Also, we have no idea what that stick is.
Yeah.
Definitely we can do it without a crossbow.
Yeah.
Since we don't have any equipment. No.
Inception, but for crossbows.
Well, how are we gonna... Yeah.
I'll miss you.
You have to press escape.
Oh yeah. Okay, this stuff is useful.
I feel like board games should just have more inexplicable musical instruments. Like, you don't even have to do anything.
Sounds great. I'm in.
I was thinking, like, with this game, there's... We should put this into the tools section. We're talking sort of last stream about how, like, well, it has all these systems. None of them are particularly, like, they don't interact with each other in sort of a building way that later Looking Glass and later sort of stuff in this genre does. And I was thinking about, like, how it still seems to work despite that.
Yeah.
As being, like, a compelling experience. And I think it's, like, going to that idea that we talked about during the Doom stream of, like, what sort of ideas it puts in the player's head about the world. Oh,
you're not sure.
Is he coming here to use the chamber pots?
Don't even worry about it.
Thing of like not being sure where the edges are, right? Like
yeah, and that like basically like the thing that is compelling about this game is the exploration. It's finding new people to talk to. It's finding new environments. It's mapping out the space that feels really real and concrete.
Yeah.
And so everything I think else that's in there is just sort of in service to that, and it's kind of like it's good enough. It's like this combat, is it good? Not really. Is it good enough to make an encounter feel like an encounter?
Yeah.
Just barely.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm feeling
only
like
sometimes is there tension in them, and it's usually like, I think that's a big thing, right? Like making combat that feels tense is frankly pretty difficult.
Yeah.
Like you need to have like things very well balanced such that you feel just barely that you made it. And sometimes we've had that here, but mostly it's just been either we've stormed through something or we've just gotten our asses murdered.
I think
there's very little middle ground.
That is also though going to be the nature of a game that is not concerned with like gating stuff for balance.
Right, it doesn't have the space in which to do that sort of type balance.
Yeah, there's no difficulty curve in this because we could go anywhere. Like we just spent a bunch of time on the 4th floor.
I mean, I feel like part of it is that like they are limiting in some ways. Like we don't have a lot of progression when it comes to say items, but we do have progression when it comes to leveling, and I think that's like if the progression was a little more like the item progression rather than the leveling progression, like then you wouldn't like necessarily be able to get overpowered. Like one thing I might think
we are going to hit a cap on level progression. At 13 we hit the cap.
But definitely one thing I might be thinking about is like, is leveling really necessary in this game or interesting?
Yeah, I don't know if it is. Like
especially not when it comes to combat. In terms of other things, maybe, but
it kind of works as a gating system in that like you have, because there's a limited number of creatures in the world, it's almost like a Katamari type thing.
Yeah.
It's like find which thing you can beat, then find the next bunch of things you can beat.
Which can be interesting, I think.
But again, like
I think encounters are just like so few and far between. It's a little
like they're a change of pace in this, and at times they're like a situation of like tension of like, should we run away? Are we just fucked?
Actually, like the thing that
like it discourages you from just like blindly wandering everywhere, mapping out every single corner, and that's good.
Yeah,
because like it's like, oh, I'm just gonna check this real quick.
So, like, spider. Is it interesting on its own? No, but does it serve the larger purpose of like making you feel like you're exploring this dungeon?
But I do feel
and supporting the things that are strong about the game.
But if I was like to modify this, I feel like the one thing that like I feel like would make a big impact is maybe just remove like the leveling aspect of combat, like the item progression aspect of combat entirely, to make it something like a little more like skill driven instead.
Yeah, no, I like.
I feel like frankly that would add to it rather than take away.
I think if you did that, like, then that would kind of encourage like speedrun like tactics where you just run directly to the end of the game and like destroy the final boss at like the starting ice pick or something. I don't know what the
speed run for this is.
I think I looked it up and it was relatively short. But like, feels like a really interesting game to speedrun for a lot of reasons.
Thief does just go like it's an immersive sim without any leveling, and I think it benefits from it. And the game I think that we might do maybe next stream or the stream after, the recent game that me and Andy have been playing, Unexplored.
Yeah.
That one also does away completely with leveling, and it really, really benefits from it.
That
in many ways,
really
it is a similar game to this.
But it's, I don't know, I think there's some things that make it work better here than it would there.
Which?
Have you played Gothic?
I haven't.
Sean's talking about?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, that sounds...
The Ultima Underworld,
But getting murdered early on and slowly becoming a murderer machine, as well as just being able to take down things you weren't supposed to have taken down that early.
the Ultima Underworld world record is 16 minutes 39 seconds. So I'm not sure what that person did, but I bet it was interesting.
That probably involves a glitch.
Very
probably.
Well, wait, hold on. There's nope, they do not. There are only 3 people running, and the only category is any percent.
I mean, it's a very...
Oh, that's nice. It has like an angle bit. I was worried about how big this space was going to feel.
Huh. So I have a small thought, which is like, we were talking about like the whole thing of like different systems, none of which are very deep. I feel like there must be a lot of modern games where there's like a bunch of things you can do and a bunch of skills you can have, but like I feel like if Skyrim had like a fishing globe.
What? Let's just back up here and look at where I am on the map.
Nice.
Oh no. Okay, we're still in the.
Let's check it out.
Hey,
wow. Okay.
Hey.
So that's like the rough stuff, but this is. Oh, is this the temple?
Talk to them and see if they have anything to say.
Greetings to you, Jane. What brings you here?
Everybody knows we're Jane. Word gets around. It's just this really homey little small...
Ah, Shock might be the one you want. A smith he is, and knowledgeable in the ways and workings of his trade in the world. King Goldthirst you should seek out too, if you wish to gain his favor.
That's pretty good.
Maybe you can help us. Our mines in the southeast have been invaded by a fearsome beast floating in the air with many tentacles. If you can defeat it, all mountain folk will be eternally grateful.
Okay, so southeast is where we want to head eventually once we've talked. I don't know if we've talked to the actual king.
I don't think so.
We might actually be ready to go ahead and do that, you know?
Yeah, no, I think we should give it a try.
Very likely.
We've been to level 4.
Okay. I'm not going to take any of that gold.
Yeah, I think...
Seems like a bad plan.
Goldthirst. Who is Goldthirst?
I don't know. Let's find out. Probably the leader
He's the
who
king.
lives on a pile of gold.
Yeah.
Greetings, traveler. I am Goldthirst, leader of the mountain folk. Welcome to our hall.
I think
Thank the old dwarf king.
that feels more formal to me.
Call me that again, and my tongue shall wag without the head around it.
Okay, don't... Sorry,
Whoops,
I suck.
okay.
I think that's the end of the conversation. Can we still talk to him? Oh no, he's upset.
He's upset.
When did we last say?
We can, I'm sure we can find a way to...
Yeah.
I think someone warned us not to call them dwarves, didn't they?
It's been a long game. Okay, we don't
Let's
really
just
have
say
a-
we're looking for adventure. Perhaps we can help each other. I need of such an adventurer as thyself. Our mines have been invaded by a terrible monster. I like that is too bad. Excellent. A hero at last. My people, at least those not too valuable to lose, are all too afraid of the beast to dare face it. It is a fearsome beast, covered with tentacles, with many eyes. If thou art brave enough, and thou slay the creature, I shall reward thee handsomely.
So it's a beholder, right?
Yeah, basically. They
A
call them-
beholder? is trademarked by TSR. This is a fearsome beast.
Okay.
I believe it's called a gazer.
Well, that just sounds
Or
like
something
a lawsuit
like that.
waiting to happen.
Yeah, figured it was locked. It's probably his. Whoa. I love just the, like, piles of gold.
Yeah. Belonging to a mountain man. This is just, like, really convenient how they establish what's going to happen if you pick up this object.
Shoving mountain man. So we need to head to the southeast. Let's also save, because we've now got our quest. Second. Alright. Oh yeah, I put it at the bottom. Oops, no. Okay, so...
An Elder Scrolls game with a spell that lets you destroy walls. That sounds like something, alright.
I mean, that was the thing that made me really excited about Taskmaker, right? Was that, like, it actually gives you a few of the post-in-game, like, level editor spells as scrolls you can get. But there's a limited number of them. So it's like you can cheat 3 times in the entire 40-level game. Pick carefully.
Mean, didn't you also, like... didn't you just get a spell that lets you summon a boat at any time?
Yeah, but that one was funny because that was in the manual and it specifically said, this is cheating, only use it if you get stuck.
Just making sure our map is complete.
There was also, there was a spell that allows you to wish for one of any item, and somebody looked in the game's source code and discovered it, and when word got around, they, like, posted on Usenet that, like, really, we wish you hadn't dug that out. That was supposed to be used for tech support only. Like if someone had broken their save file. And then with the next update, the spell was booby-trapped. And if you tried to cast the Wish for Anything spell that was not supposed to have been found, it would, like, something bad would happen, I guess. I don't know.
So we need to go to the southeast, is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
How long do we want to play today?
What time is it now?
It's 11:51. We might have time to go, like, do one run at the Beholder.
Yeah, I think let's do that.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we saw the sign for the mines here, actually, like 2 streams ago. There is something great about a game where you can just, like, wander completely. Like, it's part of what's great about Breath of the Wild as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In sort of a larger sense. That ability to just, like, wander somewhere that you're not supposed to be and have the game accept that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, Breath of the Wild really wants you to feel like you're just... that everywhere is like that.
Yeah.
Like, it really just wants you to reject the notion that you're supposed to be anywhere at any point.
But then it just
With, like, the exception of Hyrule Castle.
Yeah.
But other than that, it wants you to feel like you could be doing this in any order.
But then it, like, reacts to you, right? It's like it doesn't matter what direction you approach the thing from, but the moment you approach it, it's going to kick in and be like, oh, you are supposed to be here right now. Whatever you just did is the correct thing.
They've very carefully labeled it.
Nice.
The dwarves are very organized.
Yeah, no, that's definitely something...
Wait, we want the monster direction.
I wanted to quickly find out about Shaq. Oh, okay, that's...
Is he really bad at free throws?
I don't know. Just having a little bit of trouble with the jump. Jump also... For
Did
some
you have
reason...
an incredibly uninspired hip-hop career?
For some reason, I've been playing with the mouse. I think because of
I don't know why you're doing this to yourself.
I think it's just habit, because I played it this way so much. Because when I played it, WASD hadn't been invented yet. Stone.
Hack, you don't look like a minor to me. Who be ye? I'm an adult.
But you don't look like a miner.
I'm Houston.
Well met, Jane. I be Houston. What are you doing in these parts?
I want to learn to be a miner!
Yes!
Aye, you would be a miner, eh? It's a tough job, you should know that. Don't take it up if you've not the strength. Hard at work it is, picking up a rock hammer and smashing boulders to pieces, scraping the rock over and over again, 1 inch of wall at a time.
It sounds awful.
There must be some good parts of being a miner. Well, it is backbreaking work, but the rewards are great. Gold there is for the hard worker, and I know of no substance better. Ah, the thrill of feeling one's hammer thud solid rock and suddenly discovering a new vein. Go ye to the northern parts of the mines and see for yourself the beauty of a gold mine. But watch yourself, a fearsome monster has been seen in that area. And perhaps even an adventurer such as ye could not handle it.
Would you describe this as a Newfoundland accent?
I don't think someone from Newfoundland would.
That's fair.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Is there great treasure?
Aki, you come to the right place. There is no treasure better than gold, and gold there is in abundance in these mines. In the north parts of these mines especially, you shall find a beautiful sight. Be careful of the monster that's been seen around those parts, though.
What happens if we just
Now,
try to
what else
trade
you
in
might
gold?
want to know? You hoser.
Tell me more about this monster.
The monster of the mines, a great boon it would be if you defeat it, but I don't know if it can be done. A fearsome thing it is. Caught it once out of the corner of my eye, and I don't care to see it again. It lurks in the north parts of these mines. You be careful if you mean to destroy it. We caused a cave-in to block its area from ours, so you'll have to break your way through it. Is there anything else I can help you with before you go off after it?
That's who he's got to trade.
Whoa.
Whoa, boots!
Boots? Are they good boots? Are they better boots?
Can you look at them?
Badly worn chain boots. They're better boots, but...
But they'll probably break.
This is a weird...
Yeah.
This guy's...
Nah, we're good, mate.
It's like buying from the army surplus store.
Oh, I do like the gold vein texture on that wall.
Oh.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, it even says it. Can we mine?
Do we have a pick?
We have a rock hammer.
Maybe don't use it though until we've like gotten through the cave-in.
We have access to other ones. Okay, no, it doesn't consider that to be a usable... That's too bad.
Yeah, but also fair.
Yeah.
Also, we don't actually need gold.
We should...
I love that, like, we've just found that the society that does not give a shit about gold.
Yeah. Like, what is this dwarven trash?
Huh, someone's saying that should work.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Well,
I'll try it again next bit of
Yep.
gold vein we find.
I like how this feels like slightly mined. Like this feels... There's something quarry-like about this space.
yeah.
Let's have a look at the map.
I feel like the spaces in this game are good at evoking what they are. They just
Yeah.
don't evoke awe or
It's
like...
really,
Yeah.
it's really functional.
It's not a beautiful game, but it does a good job of feeling like places.
It also like it does.
Like, it doesn't feel like it's transporting me to a place. It just feels like it's representing
I
a
feel like it
place.
evokes one mood, exactly one mood.
Yeah, but that mood is your D&D campaign. I feel like this is...
I attack the darkness.
Okay.
What if you equip it as a weapon?
Oh! Yeah, we
It
forgot that
looks
that's...
like it's used. Oh, we should refresh our... Nope, it doesn't count.
Nope. Not a weapon.
Yeah, I think it's probably just... Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's working.
I wonder if I use the... Wait, that's use.
not right clicking, right?
Cannot use that.
Yeah. I don't think it's working.
Yeah. If there's a way to do it, it's...
We should recast the light.
We should.
Yeah, it might just be special folders.
One second.
I like the bounce.
No respect for the dead. Oh, so that gets us down to the water part of the warning. Dangerous undertow. Okay. We'll avoid that water right now.
You know who's a good swimmer?
Not us.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Do we have,
Eon points out that maybe we need a pickaxe, not a rock hammer, for a wall.
Oh.
that might
We
be...
saw a pickaxe once, right?
I don't think we did.
Okay.
Okay, let me just check the map.
What's my stuff in audio? Oh no, the audio.
No, just kind of. Oh, what's this here?
The door. It's sturdy. Well,
hello.
that makes a lot of sense.
Rock hammer.
Yeah, that. So if we didn't have a rock hammer, we could definitely get one.
And here we could, if we didn't make our own fishing pole, we could get a fishing pole.
Deadliest Ass is pointing out that the camera is extremely smooth for a game for a 3D game in 1992. A thing to note is that this game would not have run at anywhere near this speed on a contemporary computer.
Yeah.
It was like pretty famous for being like a 15, 12 FPS type game.
Yeah. Also, I don't know how clear this is on the stream, but every time we move, those walls are warping like just wild.
To be fair, we are running.
Yeah.
On the other hand, in 1992, no other game was trying anything near this.
Yeah.
Like Wolfenstein came out after it, as we keep saying.
And also, Wolfenstein definitely pretty visually underwhelming compared to this,
Oh,
although
yeah.
it definitely does have smooth camera movement.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were having a long discussion earlier in the stream about the diverging technical goals of the Ultima Underworld series versus the id games. Also, Deadliest Ass, nice username. I approve.
Okay, so we definitely, if we need more pickaxes, we know where to come. I feel like leaving doors open in this is the equivalent of leaving the lights on in
Gone Home.
Gone Home.
Well, that's how you get spiders.
The guy we've talked to.
That guy freaked me out.
He's just been following us,
God,
staring
close
at
the
us.
He's probably afraid we're gonna steal his rock hammers.
Were you raised in a barn?
Yes.
Well, that... You were not raised in a barn.
I know someone who was. What?
Deadliest Ass, please tell your brother that he has a cool username then.
I've always wondered what my mom would say if someone asked her if she was raised in a barn.
Well, there's really only one way to find out.
Unfortunately, that involves talking to my mother.
Oh shit! Poison
I'll take
rat.
one for the
Poison rat.
Hey, we don't have a sword equipped.
Hey,
I don't know what you're talking
this
about.
would be a great time to have a crossbow.
This would be a great time to have anything. Literally anything at all.
You want to use this? You want to use the sling? Because I don't want to get poisoned,
Right.
especially
Do
if
we
we
have
fight a boulder.
rocks? Did we get rid of our rocks?
We don't have rocks.
We're in a mine. How can we not find rocks in a mine?
Well, we don't. So, We have no
Sorry,
sling stones.
you have no sling stones. So polite.
If we throw that small knife,
I don't think we know how to throw.
I think we're just... Oh, wait.
Oh, wait, magic missile!
Magic
That's
missile.
why we don't have stones. I want you to cast magic missiles.
How do I cast magic missiles? Is that IBM?
No, it's F... This.
That?
Yeah. What is it, Keith Haring?
what?
No. That's... Yeah, that's...
That's it. Back up.
Shit.
Oh my goodness, that was dramatic.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice,
You killed
okay.
a rat.
We're ready to take on this boulder.
Oh yeah, Keith Haring.
The moment...
The guy who did gestures of people going like this. Like very pop art, graffiti-esque,
Okay.
Oh, I think that rat killed
Nice.
a...
Oh,
Oh no!
it's environmental storytelling.
We'll collect some gold for later use. We can have a hoard by the
Woo,
end of the
money.
game.
Ice cream scoop.
I don't need no serviceable cudgel.
It really sounds like a Jeopardy category that no one wants to pick.
So like, you get to the end of the game and the entire board's cleared except no one's picked something from serviceable cudgel.
Oh, that's nice. I was-
Potpourri, potent potables, and serviceable cudgel.
I was there, I looked over here and like across the pit, and then you just walk around in a circle. There's some nice little,
It's good.
It's good.
like for a thing that is just, like you can't kind of do a mine that's not going to just feel like a bunch of real random
Yeah.
paths. This at least feels justified as a little bit of a maze.
I do feel like that's definitely something that jumped out a lot in Doom, was you see something and then you get to go to it later,
Yeah.
which this doesn't have, and I think even if it did have it, like everything is just a little bit runs together.
Yeah, no, it definitely is not.
Whoa.
Like there's a lot more texture types in each area in Doom.
Although this is like,
Yeah.
every time we see one new texture, we're immediately like, what happened? What happened? Where are we?
Yeah, what is this place?
Whoa!
Oh, man.
Oh.
Wait, can we trade?
I think we can more than just trade with this dude.
Can we buy things?
Oh, is he the... Yeah, it's Shaq.
It's Shaq. He's a Lego maniac.
Greensteed, I am Shaq of the Mountain Folk. What may I do for ye?
I have need of thy skills.
If it's smithing you need, you come to the right man. But my services are nigh cheap. Can you pay? Yeah, I just found some gold right outside your door. Is that cool? Ah, very well then. Let's have a look.
Oh, what this is? Huh.
Do we have? We've got like a weird thing, right? We've got like a.
Do we have some stuff that sucks?
We have a weird wand.
Yeah,
No, but we don't
on
have
this.
Whoa.
Ah, okay, one gold piece to get this fixed? I was
No,
gonna...
No, that's-
Oh.
One gold piece to get it identified.
Okay.
He's probably gonna tell us it's a sword.
No, we can't pay him.
Oh, whoops. Wrong button.
Well, I don't work for free, you know. Will there be anything else then? Tell me about talismans.
I want to know what talismans.
Little enough most, but I can well that two of them were smith work. A sword and the shield they were, both fine work.
Tell me of this sword.
Sorry, I got tripped up by Ken as a verb.
Aye, now there was a weapon. Willfully sabred, potent beyond mortal blades. It had a sense of fair play, did Caliborn. 'Twasn't for naught they call him the sword of justice. 'Twas forged by the great Flamebeard himself. Would there be anything else then?
Okay, again, but in English.
Does that look like English to you?
You like swords, eh?
Aye.
Just don't know where the sword lies.
No, I do not. Broken into two pieces, I hear it was. But there they are, I cannot tell ye.
So
Would you
yeah.
like to trade items?
Yes, it's... Ooh, oh.
Hey, is that some good shit?
excellent mail shirt. How much gold do we have on us?
I think he's probably from Old Scotia. We should appraise this before we trade. Okay, so we don't have enough.
You could try it.
But we know that we're
Is
not
there
gonna...
some way to like... Is there some way to say like, he's like, here's like a crap ton of stuff, and I'm just like, I just want this shirt.
We can select just the shirt. That's what I did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The problem is that we need a lot more gold, I think.
Wait, did you actually select the gold when you...
Oh, whoops.
Or did you just drag it in? Because this is kind of confusing.
Yeah. I thought I'd select...
Oh, it auto-selected.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
So yeah, we could go back and grab all of our gold and do this if we end up not being able to beat the monster.
Yeah.
There's definitely some
Sounds
good
like
shit
it might
here.
be okay, though.
Yeah. I feel like this is the kind of thing I want to come in with an FAQ for, because like surely there must be like a best practice at this stage.
Well, it depends on our charm also, how good of a deal we get.
It would be cool if like different... Can we use someone else's anvil because we're not taking it? Because we can repair stuff ourselves, can't we?
Yeah, let me try.
I mean, we don't have repair as a skill, do we?
We do.
Oh, okay.
It was one of the ones we picked at the start.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So I don't no.
Oh, okay, so we
Do you
can
want to make
try.
an attempt? Oh, neat.
Well, the short sword wasn't broken, right? Welcome, fun into Scottish.
It wasn't broken, but it's only serviceable.
Anyway, I think this might be a good time to pack it in.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's 10 past midnight. Doesn't seem like... Is there a penalty for trying?
I imagine that if we fail it badly enough, it gets broken. I don't know if we can make it excellent if we have the talent.
It might be
to do
like the
that.
lock picking.
This is... Everyone's got a toilet in their room. Or a source of water. Maybe it's just a source of water.
I hope so. Anyway, I think this is a good
yeah.
time to...
Yeah.
I've saved as safety.
Cool. The water is a quench for blacksmithing? Oh wow, the price is lower if you've helped the Dwarf King. That's great action.
Oh, whoops. Yeah, there's a lot of like sort of single order of like
Yeah.
stuff systems in this where it's just like this one thing connects to this thing.
But it's always something that feels very sensible, right? It's not
Yeah.
like you got like an invisible faction counter counting up. It's that like, well, you helped the Dwarf King, so of course they're going to cut you a good deal.
Yeah.
And like really, like the scope of this is pretty incredible for as much as that's
Yeah.
negative. Like a lot of the reason why it's so shallow is because the game is so broad. Like there's just so much happening in it.
Yeah. I like how I do really like how it all feels so graspable, right? Like I feel like this is an understandable system.
Yeah, there is like, we were talking about this off stream, that when you have like emergent systems that are based on reality in some way, you can make inferences about them.
Yeah.
And also you can imagine things that are greater than what's actually happening in the game.
Yeah.
And what's funny is that like, in terms of like broadness, after this I feel like most things that tried to do anything like it tried to go even bigger.
Yeah.
Like there haven't been a lot of games that are like, here is a dungeon.
Yeah.
We have like simulated this dungeon as like fine-grained as we can.
Yeah.
They're like, here's the entire world. It's kind of a lot of like half-automated, put-together garbage.
Yeah.
I feel like that's often a thing though. Like when you have a large world, and like you have a lot of things in the world, but ultimately like the world feels kind of shallow. Whereas if you have one really, really well-defined environment, it feels like, well, the world is huge, but you're not even seeing that. You're seeing just this one incredibly well-developed single mountain.
Yeah.
And I feel like, honestly, like, that makes things feel, like, so much more inhabited, just because, like...
Yeah, no, there's, like, that empty
you're getting
space
such a head look.
That so many open worlds are filled with.
Yeah.
I really wish more stuff was trying to do stuff at this scale in sort of the AAA space, like what this was at the time, but now.
I mean, I'm really captivated by the idea that this feels within the scope of something an indie could do today, you know?
Oh yeah.
This feels like, I feel like there's a number of people who are like, a lot of people in indie space are like trying to like look at like, well, like, you know, Gone Home. Gone Home was like, here are 3 people who are like ex Bioshock 2 or something.
Yeah.
And they're gonna sit down and give you one house. And like I would love to see something like this with that kind of approach. The like let's take our small limited resources but do as much as we can with that and apply it to something like this.
Someone's mentioning Shenmue, and Shenmue weirded me out when I played it because I was expecting, like, it came out roughly around the same time that like Thief was a contemporary-ish. Like I was playing Thief and I was playing Shenmue. I'd been playing that Thief game for a while, but I think it's like Thief 2, Shenmue. They were kind of like a few years apart, maybe.
They rhyme.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
And I was expecting Shenmue to have all of these systems. But, like, you can turn lights on and off. Does it matter ever? No. You can turn lights on and off. It has a fair amount of like little social things, but all of these systems are fairly shallow. But it does a good job of like feeling like those places.
Yeah.
It does an incredible job of that for the time.
Kind of sounds maybe a little...
Systemically, it's not terribly deep.
Yeah.
Also, it's the only RPG I've ever played with too little combat. I felt like I was just starting to grasp the fighting game mechanics when it was over.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So one guy was trying to create this in Morrowind and Todd Howard.
Amazing.
Yeah, I like that idea of Warren Spector's greatest fantasy was to create a game about one square block of a city.
Yeah, no,
Sounds
absolutely.
I would totally play that game.
I feel like often you don't think about this in video games, right? Like, we're so used to abstractions of, like, very large spaces. Like, you'll see the entire world, and you'll go to 10 cities, and each of those 10 cities will be, like, 2 buildings.
Have y'all ever heard of a game called Dust? Dust is interesting. It's a Western game, and it's a Western game about one city over a single weekend, and they simulated everything in the entire weekend. There's an entire city's worth of, not a big city, a small old west town, and it has inhabitants, and the game is plotted out exactly what every single one of these inhabitants does over a 72-hour period.
Apparently none of these. Oh, I forgot to load Joy-2. None of them makes us big.
Right. But
that sounds wild. What perspective is it?
It is, okay, this is weird. It's kind of around the period of Myst. It's a first-person perspective, but the way it works is that this is of the era when rendering was not good. So what happens is it's doing 3D rendering while you're moving, but then when you stop moving, it snaps to a pre-rendered thing. Okay. So like you're walking, it's like you have very simple movement, but it's like you're only moving on the street plan of a city. So it's like you want to walk forward, it like renders at like a very low resolution for like 10 steps, and it stops, and then suddenly the world's clear again. But the characters are all 3D models moving around in the environment until you talk to them, and then they're replaced with photos of actual humans.
Oh, that sounds extremely of that era.
It makes a lot of sense. They were doing a really good job in terms of like they were trying to do something that was a little bit more powerful than what the world could handle, But I think they did a really good job of what they were handling, because like it's not interesting. You don't need to perfectly render someone moving down the street.
Yeah.
What you need to simulate is this person spends the morning in this building and then goes over to the tavern for lunch and then goes back. And if you want to find them, you have to wait until exactly 3 p.m. and then you run them in the street, and then you can have their It had like
that is extremely Shenmue.
The
like,
conversation trees were like really, really, really deep. You could have these really involved conversations with people. But the thing is, everything was, except I think time froze during conversations, but everything was happening in real time. So it was kind of like there were some problems you could solve over the course of this day. There was one particular thing you wanted to do, but the only way to really do it would be to like really get to know the space and everyone's schedules and kind of like walk through the town over the course of the day doing things at certain times. But it was very
Majora's Mask.
I was gonna say Majora's Mask is definitely
Mask.
like the very like abstract.
It was like if
What's
Majora's
the one by
Mask
the Prince and Persia guy that's also like that? That's on a train.
Lost Express.
Yeah, that one I've been wanting to play.
I'm curious about that.
It's really difficult to get working, unfortunately. As many games of that era are.
Yeah, no, I always like that thing of schedules.
Yeah.
Ultima 7 also does that, so you can sort of like see where people are going to travel, and then like close the door and steal their parrots.
Amazing.
As one does.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's just like a really good way of like getting to like know a place is like having inhabitants that feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's very like there's a lot of games that incorporate this on a small scale. Breath of the Wild has day scale schedules. Every single NPC in the game has like a set course they're operating on over the course of the day, and you can do things like if you're like there's the one town, there's a family, and if you just go hang out in their house at the end of the day, you'll watch them all come home from work or school or whatever, and then just like plop down in different places around the house. It's actually kind of neat. Or like you talk to the lady partway through the day, and you're like, oh, I need to talk to your husband. She's like, well, here's not here, and then he just comes home at the end of the day. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, no, I like that sort of stuff.
One thing I was thinking is that a thing that's really interesting about specifically Breath of the Wild is that Breath of the Wild you mentioned like it's more interesting to have like one square city block. Breath of the Wild is this huge open world thing, but most things that it tries to do, it does once. It doesn't have a bunch of cities. It has basically like 2 cities. It doesn't have like a bunch of big dungeons. It's got like 4 puzzle dungeons, and then the whole like dungeon full of combat. There's like just Hyrule Castle. Which is kind of that's like an interesting approach to it. Is there's like a big world, but then like there's like one city, one dungeon, like, and then each of those things is incredibly like packed with detail. Yeah. But then you go outside of those detail-packed areas, and you've just got like the big open world.
But there's a lot of like they hid tons of shit.
They did. They really did.
That game feels so different than every other open world game, and also feels much more like a Looking Glass game than
definitely
most Zeldas.
I'm not sure I've picked apart all the ways that it feels special, because there's a lot of special stuff in it, but it's kind of like...
Anyway, our tablet battery's about to die, so
okay,
we're
that's
gonna
a
lose.
sign.
Bye!
Thank you for joining us, and we'll be back next week.
Yep, maybe we'll do Unexplored in this, because I think there's some interesting stuff to...
That sounds fine. I would vote for After That Hexen.
Yeah, no.
That sounds good.
Hopefully we won't get, like, I think it's slower than Doom.
I don't know if it does the head bobble thing.
Maybe we can actually just shrink the window for us.
It seems slower.
We'll figure out something.
Yeah,
anyway, thank you for joining us.
Yep.
And have a Happy New Year.